Quiplash. Let's do that.
Lash.
And if you'll give me a moment, I'm going to set up my screen region, and then...
Oh, yeah, I should do that too.
You don't pluck every note on a banjo? I thought the whole thing about a banjo was that you had to pluck every note.
Yeah, do you strum on a banjo?
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like you don't usually like do it.
Huh.
You guys never heard a banjo before?
I've heard a banjo, I've just never played it, okay?
Banjos
okay.
are always played incredibly quickly, is the
The
thing.
most famous song for banjos is ding 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 ding.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are all plucked notes.
Isn't there, wait, I think there is, weirdly enough, like a Thunderstruck cover with like an old hillbilly band. Like, oh, and it was on Reddit at one point. I'll do the Robert, I'll take the bullet.
Can you find me in the lobby, please?
Yeah.
Oh, I forget how to do that. Hold on.
Find by password?
Find by friends.
Find friends?
Find friends.
Yeah.
Play on.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not play on.
There he is.
Find friends. Found my friends.
It's really not that hard, and every time I'm confused by it.
Apparently, a banjo cover of Thunderstruck has 56 million views.
Yeah, no,
lot,
there's a big
yeah.
one. I thought so.
Huh.
Hey, BMO. That's cute.
I don't respect folk music covers of good songs.
Why?
Because
And let's be honest, you don't think Thunderstruck's a good song.
I don't think it's a good song, but I think it has
Yeah.
it's a killer pump-up song. Like, if you're at a stadium and the players come out to Thunderstruck's intro, you're like, oh, hell yeah, this is going to be
What
a good
about
game.
Zombie Nation?
That one, in 1993, I would be pretty pumped for that.
Does Johnny Cash's Hurt count?
That would be like, oh my god, they're going to execute somebody.
Yeah, I would love to hear Hurt at an NFL stadium.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's like a PowerPoint slideshow of
just play it at the
CTE
beginning.
sufferers just
I mean,
plays on the Jumbotron.
Just play it
After
at the
today's
beginning of every
ruling, I wouldn't
Browns
be
game.
surprised if they started doing that.
Give me some In the Arms of an Angel done in folk music.
God, I love when the libs get BTFO'd like they did today. God bless the NFL owners.
Papa bless.
Full stop.
Well, you know, the libs retaliated and they threw water in Tommy Lauren's face. So I mean, this is
Was he
all-
dehydrated?
Yeah.
Just
trying to help out.
It's a lady.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, like, it has a lady's.
You know,
Skin
she's
What
a
was-
lady.
What was the name of the person?
Tommy Lauren.
You Albert Einstein, I believe.
I assumed Tommy being Tommy. Sorry.
I thought it was Tommy.
Might be.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't watch Fox News.
I try not to watch American media because it makes me very upset.
That's fair.
I've been watching that Doomsday Prepper show. I don't know if you guys have seen any of
I
it since it
haven't
was
seen the
recommended,
tweets.
but yeah, no, there's
Wow!
the time in every episode of Doomsday Preppers, the formula is just like it's gonna be less than 45 seconds until they like pray for their neighbors to not prep so they can murder them in the apocalypse. It always
God,
starts
really?
It always starts with like, yeah, I'm doing push-ups, so I'm gonna be physically fit when it happens, and I got all these bottles of water, and if anybody comes to my door, I'm gonna kill them, and it's gonna be awesome. It's always the subtext is like, man, I can't wait till that damn solar flare comes and I can legally murder my neighbor. In self-defense.
In fairness, when people fantasize about the zombie apocalypse, they're fantasizing about like, well, I mean, I get to kill indiscriminately and
Yeah.
no one can judge me because they're zombies.
Did any of them go full Borderlands and shave their head into a mohawk and start saying like, "Skin the flesh, salt the wound"?
They're usually old, and this is probably the meanest thing I've ever said on this show, but I'm gonna say it anyway, just to get it out there.
I'm gonna doubt that, yeah, but go on.
On every single of the Doomsday Preppers, with like one exception, they own like an arsenal, like a small malicious amount of guns, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And they're like, it's
surprising, yeah.
important to be able to defend yourself in the apocalypse. And they're all like morbidly obese. And I'm like, if you really think that the apocalypse is happening, you should start working on the cardio to a greater extent than you're doing right now.
Did you see that video of this like Southern mother who's like, I'm taking back my child's.
Oh, God.
I'm taking back my parenting from social media, I declare that it is toxic and evil. And then she pumps a shotgun and shoots their phone.
Whoa! That's an escalation.
But the best part about the video is that the kids are in the background. They're just like, yeah, we don't give a shit. Fucking shoot it, you idiot. She's just yelling. Oh, it's so good. Also
it never went that far.
Yeah. She got her subsequently she got her kids taken away from her, not because of that,
of course,
but because she
didn't stand during the national anthem.
No. She decided that the bed was also an issue, so she took their beds outside.
The bed.
Filled them with explosives and blew them up.
What the fuck?
Dude. Where did you hear about this?
It's like a video. I think she posted on Twitter is where the videos.
How ironic, you know?
Yeah. I know.
Dude, the Doomsday Prepper show was great because there was this dude, he lived in Florida, and he was very concerned that in 2012 there would be a complete polar shift, and Florida would end up going north, like continental drift-wise, and then instead of endless muggy summers, they'd have to deal with temperatures in like the 30s, which would be apocalyptic. So they moved to the mountains of Tennessee, and as they were moving, the mom was talking to the daughter, and she's like, hey, so do you still not want to move at all? The daughter's like 15. She's like, no, I don't want to move. Like, why not? Well, you know, all my friends are here, like my life's here and all that, and like I really don't think this polar shift thing is gonna happen. And then the mom was like, well, if the polar shift does happen, won't you be glad you're living in Tennessee?
Yeah,
and
think of that.
To the kids,
wager.
To the kids' credit, she was like, you got me. Very sarcastically, you're right. If this incredibly improbable event happens, then I will be happy to be living in Tennessee. But if it doesn't, which spoilers, I don't know if you guys have lived through 2012 yet, but the poles of the earth did not reverse. I hope she's moved out by now. She would be like 19, 20. Get out of there.
My understanding of the polar shift was not that it was going to reverse the climate, but that it was going to basically disable all electronic devices.
There's all
it does a lot of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's some like confluence of like an EMP and the grid will go down, and then like, you know, the sewers will stop working, which will lead to a global pandemic, and then
why did the sewers stop?
It makes me wonder too, like how people get to that point of
know how grids
believing
work?
things. No. You think she does? But like, based on her previous opinions, but like the reason I ask is like I remember when I was a kid, you know, there's the Y2K thing, right?
Yeah,
I'm still reeling from that.
And I remember at that time, you know, my parents would watch the news and stuff, and I would also see the news be cut through them.
Yeah.
And people were freaking out about it at the time. And I remember thinking, and you know, I'm like 9 years old at the time.
Yeah.
It's like, these people are fucking stupid.
Well, I don't know. I was freaked out. I didn't. I was 12, but like,
Look at this.
I didn't think planes were gonna fall out of the sky or anything like that. But I expected the power to go out.
Yeah.
Can I fuck with you? There's still there's a looming Y2K.
Oh no.
It's and I'm gonna not DAE you, okay? But there is a DAE thing. Basically, like in so many programs, time is defined as like the number of picoseconds since
P or P equals NP or some shit.
that's
right?
I don't. That's something different. I think. Like if that one
No
gets
problem.
solved, it's like no passwords on Earth will ever protect you ever again. This one is like there. Eventually, there's gonna be enough milliseconds since 1970 that it'll overflow the maximum size of a number that you can have in a 32-bit integer or something like that. And people are like, well, I mean, when that happens, like, we'll probably be fine, but anybody still using old-ass computer systems, like, you know, the American military's
Windows
nuclear
XP.
arsenal might be in trouble. But anyway.
Yeah. Huh.
We should call it Salt the Earth when all the passwords end, because salt is like an encryption thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Unix time, you get it.
My time?
So what happens if that fucks up? Do planes drop out of the sky and
I don't know, like, I would probably, like, try not to use an ATM exactly at, like 12:00 when that happens. But who knows? Maybe it would just spit out like $1 trillion.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
It might just spit out $1 trillion.
I'm sure they let you keep that.
It's all under like the idea that nothing would be done about it, though, right? Like, won't people be like, "Oh, let's just like fix this," and then it won't happen.
Yeah, well, couldn't they just like hit the checkbox in Unity, reset time dot?
You tell me. You're the one learning Unity.
Look, it's not that easy.
My chat's got a good point. When's Y2 gay? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I'll tell you after the colonoscopy how it went and if I'm immediately gay. I'm trying to think of like what the first urge I'm gonna get is gonna be, so I'm excited to see.
I think that if you are any person who enjoys a penis inside of some sort of extremity, you wouldn't want that penis to be 5 feet long.
Why?
Well,
Five?
if you're a
Only
size
5?
king, if you're a size king, then you might be interested.
Right, but 5 feet though would like murder you.
If it doesn't penetrate the interior of my stomach, I'm not interested.
Dude, I would be so pissed if something actually turned me gay.
Why?
Not because there's anything wrong with being gay, but because I've built a very straight life, and it would be just completely upended. If I just walked outside and I got hit by, like, a beam of gay radiation. Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, oh, man, like, totally, my life is gonna be in upheaval.
But
I really like
out.
the idea, though, that, like, there's a gay Ray that shoots you and turns you gay, but there's also just a person named Ray who's
it's
very
Ray Romano.
Gay Ray.
and he just really, he's that gay, you know, he just
He's
emanates.
he's that handsome.
It's like hypnosis. That's incredible. Anyway, I'll let you guys know when it happens, how I end up. And like, because that could happen to any of you guys. You might have to make preparations ahead of time. And you might want to tell Kate and all, like, you know, we're getting ready.
Lynn's gonna be there with you, right? So, you know, a good way to avert that is just have Lynn in the room with you, and you could just hold on to her boobs while...
I don't think she's gonna let me do that.
Or she could pilot the...
I don't think the doctor's gonna let you do that.
She could pilot the colon scope? Is that what it's called?
She can pilot it?
Well, if she pilots
I don't think
it,
she can do that either.
if she pilots it, it's straight because there's a lady piloting it. So how could
then it's just pegging. It's like super deep.
Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with pegging.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Also, it's your turn, Austin.
Fuck, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Let her pilot your Franks. I had a funny thing happen to me today when I went to Walmart. So we needed to grab something. And in the parking lot, on the way to walking in, an older gentleman who was in one of those scooters, he stopped me and he was like, hey, would you mind bringing this back in for me? And I was like, you know what? Let's do this. So I went and did it.
I was really hoping that was going to be like, you know what? Fuck
Go
you,
fuck
old
yourself.
man. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I would have said
so
no legitimately.
Wow.
Well, that's what Lynn said too. She said, like, I probably wouldn't have done that. But anyway, I drove the little scooter through the parking lot and into the store. It was weird.
Oh, he didn't give you like a bag of stuff and say bring it back into.
No. He gave me his scooter, his mobility scooter, and he said, "Can you bring this in the store for me?"
Okay, I probably would have done that then.
So I just took a little ride through the parking lot.
I thought he gave you like a DVD or something. It was like, can you return this for me?
I mean, I'd probably have done that too. It's not that big a deal.
I would absolutely do that too.
It was my first time riding that little scooter, and it was actually pretty fun.
You rode in it.
I was the driver of the scooter. It's what you do. How was I supposed to get it there without driving it?
I don't know. Does
Actually,
it have a neutral?
What happens? And this is a real question.
It doesn't have a neutral.
What happens if you need a mobility scooter? How do you get it in the first place? Like from the store, if you didn't bring your own.
Oh, that's actually a great question.
You
You
have
might
to,
have to
like,
have somebody go in and get it out for you.
Go to the parking lot, make a call from your cell phone, and be like, I'm parked in like a Toyota Tacoma in spot D74, and they just drive one out to you?
That's a legit question. I don't know. Maybe the employees will bring it out.
If I had to guess, I would say you probably get it delivered, right? I mean,
I don't know. Honestly. Did you know there's a new, well, it's not new, I guess, but there's a newish startup straight out of the golden brains of Silicon Valley. And it's Airbnb, but for your car. So when you're not using your car It's just sitting there losing you money because you're a fucking idiot. So what you can do instead is list your car on a service called Getaround, and then people can rent your car.
That's so bad.
And you can earn up to $10,000 a year from
Wow.
people
From
driving.
home?
Well, you could be wherever you want. You could be in Hawaii, living very modestly on your Getaround
Well,
income.
I've been getting emails saying I can be making X amount from home, and I'm like, this isn't real. Maybe it is.
Right. Maybe it is.
That may be the worst idea I've ever heard.
I agree, 100%.
So I don't know much about cars.
Yes.
I'll help you.
But but here's my question. From my understanding of how insurance laws
Yes.
work, if they crash your car, wouldn't your insurance go up?
It says that every vehicle on the service is insured by Getaround for up to $1 million of like collision and accident and injury or whatever.
Huh.
Oh, I'm sure that's just rock solid.
See that as a, hey, your actual insurance though is going to also have to approve it though.
That's what I would
I
imagine.
honestly don't know, because as soon as I saw it, I said, I'm not fucking doing that. People are gonna jerk off in my car, shit in it, like race it. They're gonna do whatever they want to do.
They'll poop a turd into your lighter.
It seems like a terrible idea. And then I went to the website while I was pooping, how ironic, and it was like, we're going to be in Vancouver soon. Here's some of the preliminary listings. And there's like, some dude put his Tesla up there, and I'm like, you are mentally brain dead.
All right.
That person probably just has a lot of money already. Maybe he just wants more.
How did they get the money when they're so stupid?
A lot of questions, in life.
DAE capitalism. Okay, so I think this is also a very stupid idea. However, let's devil's advocate a little bit.
Okay.
Airbnb sort of made it so that you could be like a private hotel to a degree, right? It's like cutting out the middleman of a hotel. This would basically be the same thing, except you're cutting out the middleman of the rental car company?
Yeah, but nobody's going to crash my apartment.
Right. Yeah.
Well, they could crash holes into it.
They could do damage to the apartment. I'll level with you there, and they could, I guess, burn it down. But they're not gonna like run somebody over and kill them.
They could murder someone in your apartment for sure.
I suppose they could.
That's true. Yeah.
But so Airbnb has its own issues where their insurance doesn't pay out a lot of the time, and you get fucked if you're an Airbnb owner.
Really?
So if that happens, and that's just, I feel like an apartment's gonna get trashed way less often than a car is gonna get crashed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that rhymed.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
So there's no way that you're actually gonna be insured. Your car's gonna get crashed. You're gonna call them, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, well, on page 4, article subsection 74, actually,
You're
I don't have to pay you anything."
That's what Rob did at the Airbnb, where he's like,
What?
"No one's gonna tell me not to eat peanuts in this place that I paid for."
Well, in fairness, they didn't tell us until we saw the giant posters when we got there. So, fuck them, basically.
Yeah.
But
Did you kill them?
yeah, we murdered that family.
That sucks.
I think it was the different Airbnb, which you guys actually made fun of me for too, but they had really creepy pictures of their family
Yeah,
throughout
that's weird.
the entire house. Just a lot of they went to a photographer, at different photographers clearly, in different setups of just it's like a 1920s picture of the World War I company or something. There's and then amid a backdrop, and it's just like,
that's cute.
am I gonna be murdered? Are there cameras in the eye holes of these children?
Here's my kids murdering me at the Battle of Antietam.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Well, that was the same Airbnb. Yeah. Oh, yes. And now I'm remembering especially the creepiest one is they had a family photo, the staged family photo.
Yeah.
But there was one across from you when you sit down at the fucking toilet.
Yeah, that's bad.
Nice.
Wait, where was this?
It was in Florida.
Florida.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it make you want to poop more, looking into their eyes?
It made me feel. I wanted to turn it around. I wanted to go up to the picture and just turn it around so that they didn't watch me poop.
Yeah, there might have been a hidden camera in it.
It's possible.
The Patriot
But
Act.
Oh my god, I'm done.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If your fetish is already watch people poop, you probably don't want to watch me specifically.
I don't know.
And
dude.
you should have the camera.
maybe,
in the
but
toilet
maybe
bowl.
it's the opposite though. Maybe they do.
Yeah, I think they just
You
they
would
get off
prefer
on it
that?
being an
Yeah.
invasion of privacy.
Yeah, I suppose.
So it's like the
For-
more
for
ashamed of the moment you are, then like the more it turns them on. How do you think like Sears Portrait Studio is doing these days? Now that everybody
Oh.
has 500 cameras in every device.
I can tell you exactly how they're doing. My local Sears just closed.
Hey,
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
And I actually said, you know what? Good riddance. We've had enough Sears. I couldn't be mad.
Yeah.
what do you stop doing that?
Pet me up.
Are you petting him? That's cute.
That's pretty good.
I heard they mistreated their employees anyway. I knew some people that work there, and apparently they were awful.
Yeah.
So, given that they didn't really have any services that anyone needed anymore, maybe it's time to try something else.
Sears
Sorry,
Canada
Sears.
paid their CEO like a 8-figure severance package when the company went out of bankruptcy, and then
Yeah.
didn't pay thousands or tens of thousands of employees like their final paychecks here.
Shit.
Jesus.
So
Yeah,
in case you
and-
were looking for a great reason to be cynical about Sears and to celebrate their demise.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
In light of what I also just said, I also have absolutely, I wish no ill upon the people who lost their jobs. That's very unfortunate. I don't want any of that to happen. But I mean, Sears as an entity is not the greatest.
Yeah. You know, let me propose a hypothetical for you.
Do it.
I don't think that this is probably ever going to happen, but we're moving towards a delivery everything age, right?
Yes, I agree.
Mhm.
I mean, inevitably, some businesses are just going to kind of go under in that regard.
Yeah.
What happens to now? Imagine a world where everything is delivery and you don't need to go to a storefront for anything, and
That's my
everybody.
dream, man.
Like DiGiorno.
And let's assume that everybody all does use the delivery services.
Wait,
all the
is
time.
DiGiorno still delivery, or do you still have to buy it?
DiGiorno's was
That's a
never
great
delivery.
question.
Because their whole marketing is about it being not
It's not
delivery.
delivery, yeah.
Holy fuck, you're right.
So, Rob, I don't know where you're going with this, but just keep that in mind. Sorry, go ahead.
But the hypothetical is: imagine everybody in the world used the delivery for everything.
We've made so many assumptions, I don't even know what the point of the conversation is anymore.
Well, I might get to the point.
I did it. I'm sorry.
I would stop being constantly interrupted.
I won't interrupt anymore. Go ahead.
Time. So what happens to all those storefronts, the real estate? Like,
Yeah.
what happens to all those things?
Houses, maybe, finally.
Paintball.
Starbucks?
Well, no, but you can get delivery Starbucks now in this world.
Yeah, but
Squatters.
yeah, squatters is fair. Well,
Yeah.
it's like we have this street in Vancouver called Robson Street, and previously
Okay,
it was like it was a mecca of like boutique shopping, and then they're like sick. Like a lot of people are spending a lot of money here. We're gonna raise the rents to the point that it's like untenable for any business, and then
Uh-huh.
people were like sick, so we're declaring bankruptcy.
We're out then.
And now over the past like 3 or 4 years, it's basically just become like a dead zone. Except there's
Damn.
one chain clothing store that is just slowly like agarioing its way down the street.
Wow.
They started with one location, and then they just keep like buying the derelict locations next to them. So
I love
as-
that as a verb.
as soon as you get to like basically the main intersection of Vancouver downtown, it's like Aritzia, 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 Aritzia Boutique, Aritzia Warehouse, and you're like, what the fuck? It's
So
5
essentially-
of the same store next to each other.
So in this hypothetical universe, all of those storefronts would just become one massive Amazon warehouse.
Yeah, and it would
That's
be
basically what you're
sick.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Please let me.
Aritzia.io.
Oh, please let me go.
Yeah, just like that's a good idea. Just buy warehouses and turn them into cool shit, like haunted houses and giant gyms and shit. You know.
Homeless storage.
Homeless storage.
Homeless?
That's the other thing that pisses me off about this fucking Doomsday Prepper show, dude. They're always like, they own literally like tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in weapons. Every time. And then the prepper, they're like, the prepper experts are grading your performance. Have you ever considered buying some water to have on hand? And they're like, that doesn't seem like a financially responsible decision at the... Sell on AK-47. Buy like 3,000 liters of water. You're good.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Hear me out. Why don't they melt down those guns and make an automatic turret system instead?
It's like RimWorld.
Well, why would you melt down the gun, just put the gun on something else and make that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it would be cooler if you made it from scratch.
Yeah.
If you could make an automatic turret from
From Stretch.
Guess that joke's done. I'll see you next one. I'll give it another go here in a minute.
Yeah.
Make the next joke from Stretch.
You should just make the AI for the turret in Scratch.
Yeah, I hear that that's what they made Watson in. Scratch.
What's Watson up to? Can he like do anything yet?
Yeah,
Hanging with Sherlock.
Watson is
Oh,
like,
he can fuck your mom now.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't think of that.
That explains a lot.
you can like buy access to Watson from IBM. Or
Really?
rather, you can rent access to Watson, I guess, and then,
How do you
What
run
is
a
he-
Watson?
Well, Watson's
What
not
does
like
it
it's not like
Can
a
you
box.
make multiple Watson? Can you just copy Watson and make
Well,
Watson?
it's like a collective intelligence, right? You just
Yeah.
basically you go like, "Hey IBM, I got like all this Japanese text. Could Watson
Fuck.
translate it into English for me?" And it goes like, "Well, first, fuck your mom, and then secondly,
Right, yeah.
No.
you go Wagateki wo Karao."
Right, yeah.
Oh, I floundered.
So,
Did
hey,
we-
by the way, yeah, go on.
Did we figure out why Alexa was laughing? Is that?
Oh, I know why.
She's plotting. Yeah, that's
It's
Alright.
if you've been following Amazon's latest developments, I think
Yeah.
Alexa's got a hand in that.
Yeah. Did you guys see like? So like, I still like Elon Musk, even though this is becoming an increasingly
He's
untenable situation. But
Yeah.
his tweets about how all the cyberbullying is making him sad, and then
He was like, I don't like managing.
did you see?
If I could get someone else to do it, I would.
He tweeted like he's
What did he
unhappy with what the press is like. You know, he feels like he's being vilified in the press, and there are a certain subset of people that are responding to him that are like, "Oh, Elon, like, I'm gonna
Aw.
buy some Tesla stock just to make you feel better."
Aw.
Like, are you? He's a billionaire.
I hope he feels better.
Yeah.
I did like how like 3 months ago Justin was like, Elon Musk is an asshole, and everyone was like, Justin. And now like 3 months later, everyone's like, Elon Musk is an asshole.
There's been a long period of anti-Elon Musk circle jerk on the internet.
I still
years
think
now.
Elon's okay.
I have no problems with
I'm
Elon
still
Musk.
pro Elon, even though, you know, I know that he doesn't respect unions.
Yeah. Oh no.
He is a
No.
billionaire. But he is like going to outer space, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he's not like one of those billionaires that's like, hey, I own an oil company and
And I'm gonna dismantle society from the inside
exactly,
out.
yeah. It's like I don't really care if like the Earth heats up by like 4 degrees, because first off, like I got a lot of shorts in my closet, and secondarily, I'm gonna make a lot of money as a result of this. But
He did say that a quick way to terraform Mars would be to nuke the poles. So, too bad, Poland.
Do we have the? Oh, okay.
Unexpected joke.
That's a good one. I like that.
Look out. Elon's coming for you.
yeah, I don't know. Right now, I feel like there's some guy out there worth like $990 million who's like, sick. I'm so happy all these billionaires are taking the heat off me.
Mm.
He's in the dream scenario right now, just being under $1 billion and still being like a cartoonishly evil 1920s mine owner.
Yeah, David Tepper.
See, I don't know who that is.
He just bought the Carolina Panthers.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if Ryan's cozying up to Elon because one day Ryan's going to make a big power play and then he's going to want to be on his good side.
I don't know what this means and it scares me.
Maybe one day you're gonna be like, maybe I need to go to Mars, and Elon's gonna be like, yeah, buddy, I got your back.
I don't want to go to Mars. Like,
I do. Get me off this fucking planet, honestly.
I'm with it.
dude, you're gonna be up there with the fucking preppers on Mars. That's what you got to worry about.
At least it'll be entertaining.
Damn.
Dude, if you have to doomsday prep and your preparation is to go to fucking Mars, then more power to you.
Mars is already Doomsday, though, right? Isn't
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's where Doom is.
yeah.
it? They would just be incredibly prepared.
If Earth became
What's it?
Mars, I would consider that a pretty doomsday scenario.
To be fair,
Yeah.
it's the moons of Mars, Phobos and Deimos, not Mars itself. But you know, you get the idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Doom novel, for teaching me the moons of Mars.
I just want to know when we figure out the Epstein drive, then we'll be. Then
I
we'll
don't know what any of this shit means.
That's not Rick and Morty, I think.
No, it's actually The Expanse, is what it is.
Oh, even worse.
Mm.
Rick
it
and Morty
really
for
worse?
adults.
Oh no! Are you saying? Are you creating? Are you now creating an anti-circle jerk for the Save the Expanse?
Yeah, I was just trying to like will it into existence.
This guy, this fucking guy. It doesn't need an anti-circle jerk on it. It's a good show.
I believe that.
Yeah.
When does anyone watch Dark so I can talk about it with literally anyone?
I've watched.
I watched Bright.
I watched.
Two different
I watched
things,
that
yeah.
too.
I'm not gonna watch Dark. As soon as something gets pulled from like the now trending on Netflix, there's no chance.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah, it's not there
Why the
anymore.
fuck would you give a shit about that?
Like you. Yeah.
I not because I'm just waiting for like true crime dramas. That's the only thing I want to see on Netflix these days. Is like, hey, here's a crime you've never heard about, and it's a 12-part series about like what happened behind the scenes. That's all I want to see for the rest of my life.
I was watching one of those on Netflix actually. I forget what
Was it
called.
Evil Genius?
Yes, that's the one.
It's a
Yeah.
great show.
I watched the first episode of it and then I fell asleep.
What's
and
up
I
with
haven't
Bill Rothstein, dude? It's the mystery. It never ends.
It's pretty weird. Like it's a weird like the basic premise of how the story plays out is a dude walks into a bank and he's got a cane gun that's loaded.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got a sign on his shirt that says like I've got a
I'm
bomb
with
or
stupid.
something. Oh yeah, there's something on his shirt. But then he has to follow this like scavenger hunt of clues, and it turns out the cops track him down and sit him down in a parking lot and don't help him. And
Sounds like Die Hard 3.
Kinda. And he had a bomb strapped to his chest, and he blows up and dies.
Damn.
Yeah. Strapped to his neck.
Yeah.
It was a
yeah.
collar bomb. I
It's
really,
fucked up.
Dude.
that show goes some places, and I was trying to like watch it while I was falling asleep, and there's a very central character who is now dead, so we can make fun of her. Her name is Marjorie something. I don't remember her last name, but
Yeah.
whenever she opens a conversation with somebody, she goes like, "I'm very smart. I have the equivalent of 11 college degrees," and I'm like, "I feel you."
I'm right there with her. My brain does run a
I
little
have
faster
the
than most stuff.
equivalent of 11 college degrees.
You know
All
what's
right,
funny
yeah.
about that too? Doesn't it open up telling you that she actually does have like a master's degree?
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well? Yeah.
She's
Oh,
like
so she has the
book smart.
equivalent of one college degree.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So whenever I get into an argument on the internet, it's like, first off, I have the equivalent of 11 college degrees. So
Oh, so what happened is you just hit the one twice on accident.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
was typing it
exactly.
in, and,
Oh, man.
it's good. Yeah.
Yo, I gotta stop you because there's somebody with a crazy story in my chat.
Ooh.
Kirak Fiasco Man almost died apparently today. Said, "Hey Nick, thanks for streaming tonight. Me and my buddy were flying his twin-engine plane to his parents,
Oh,
but an
God.
engine failed, and we had
Oh.
to land in some small town with a goofy name, and they've been charging us for everything when we try to get the engine fixed. So, in long story short, we're grounded in reality and full of."
Oh my god.
I hope
He
your plane gets
basically-
fixed.
I don't think he has a plane, Nick.
It's actually like my least favorite form of humor, which is when you manufacture your own setup and then your own punchline.
Well, that's the point. Is it's supposed to make you angry.
Yeah, but I'm not angry. I'm angry Nick read it. I'm not angry that it exists.
That's like it's almost like a Shaggy dog joke variant. Is what that is.
I mean, it is basically.
With more adult themes, yeah.
Mhm. And real world problem. Real world problem.
There it is.
I really I know I've been talking about Doomsday preppers, but I'm just enjoying this golden age where we can make fun of them before recognizing that there's actually a conversation to be had about their undiagnosed mental illness. Because there was a really nice 2-year period for hoarders where you're like, look at these idiots, you don't need that many newspapers. And then somebody was like, I'm a doctor and they're sick. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. That makes perfect sense. And Doomsday preppers, in the back of my head, I'm like, these people are ill. But
They're so sick.
Not enough people have noticed right now. So we can just be like, this idiot thinks that an EMP is going to hit the United States and wipe out all electronics, but he's not worried about, coronary heart disease that kills 40% of American men.
Do people really think that losing all electronics is gonna cause a doomsday event? It's gonna suck, but we can just make more
If
it'll be some recovery time for sure, but it won't end the human race.
Think of in Factorio when you got the whole main bus set up, and then if you just dropped a bomb on the main bus.
Yeah.
You'd be pretty sad about that for a good long time.
But then,
right?
well, with
No
the
drones.
main bus, you could definitely just very quickly just
Nope. It's real fucked.
I will say
It's got sushi lines on it now.
In the event of what Ryan was saying, of an EMP dropped over the entire United States, that would be pretty bad. 'Cause
Yeah,
then
you'd be
planes,
in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, because planes would immediately drop from the sky.
Oh, that would, I obviously
then-
want to be on a plane.
Why are we always worried about planes dropping from the sky? There's only so many planes.
I don't know, man.
But the hospitals and industrial production and all the onboard electronics on all the trucks that drive food around the United States and et cetera. It'd be shitty. Millions of people would die and it would probably destroy your economy for a generation.
And lots of infrastructure.
What if they had to close the Coca-Cola for more than 2 hours? That would be nuts. Closure is not an option, is what I've heard.
Here, my philosophy on prepping is that because we live in an earthquake hot zone, more or less. We're not quite on the Ring of Fire, I guess, but people are like, well, we live pretty close to an area of the country that they're like, oh yeah, if an 8.0 earthquake hits that ground, that's just soil. It's gonna turn into vapor, and everything is gonna sink into the ocean. So we have a bag that has a few days of food and water and a first aid kit and stuff
You're
like that.
a doomsday prepper?
You're a prepper.
No, as soon as people say that, I'm like, you're good. And then it's always we have 50,000 pounds of canned sandwiches that we made and then pickled.
Sandwiches.
And I'm like, that's too
Pickled
that's
sandwiches.
too much.
I understand why you watch this show now. I get it. Because you're a prepper and you're getting tips. You're figuring out how to do it right.
Well, people they were bragging on the show. They were like, we have 60 days of food in our bunker. And I was like, if something happened here and I had to stay in my apartment, I could eat for 60 days. After 7 or 8 days, I'd be eating some stuff that was not... They wouldn't be full meals, let's put it that way. But, I could have, a couple cans of beans, and then, we've got enough pasta. 60 days is not that long.
Well, you can't make the pasta because you can't boil the...
just to eat the dry pasta.
Oh, God.
Boil it in your pee.
You could, I guess. You would be hydrating the pasta.
In a real doomsday scenario, my number one worry would be not enough water. My number 2 worry would be coming across a prepper, because I know that there's a pretty decent chance they're gonna shoot me in the head and take whatever resources I have.
You think anybody in the Vancouver area has enough money to both own a house and then make a bunker in that house?
There's probably some bunkers here. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
What would you do in this situation, though? Say you had no option for water. The water's all shut off in your building.
Yeah.
Nobody around you's offering any. And as far as you know, no one, from a government standpoint, is giving any.
Yeah.
Do you go try and dig an artesian well, or are you going to, start asking people everywhere? What's your strat?
I live near a river, so I think
there's water.
You're going to drink out of the Hudson.
I might get 3 eyes, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess you could just boil it.
Would probably, walk into one of our parks, start a campfire, and then boil some water from one of the many lakes, rivers, the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, it's you got
cetera,
lots of
et
water
cetera.
around. I gotcha.
Do you guys know how to make a fire? Like have you made
Well,
a fire? I guess I
use-
should say instead.
I would use a
I've never
barbecue
done it.
lighter, assuming
Are you using?
Right.
No, that gets wiped out.
the EMP
Yeah.
wiped out my barbecue.
Wiped out
Lighter?
everything useful.
Yeah, you had electronic gas in it.
The bow drill, the hand bow drill, the fire plow. What kind of fire maker are we talking here?
I mean, like if I gave you a bunch of sticks and some rocks and stuff.
You can't just use any stick.
You have to use. the
I
right
know,
stick.
but I'm saying like if
If
I
you give us
gave
the
you
right
a
stick,
wild,
sure, I could do it.
Say you were naked and afraid in the
Yeah,
wilderness.
I often
Set
am.
out-
Yes.
Set out in the forest. Could you make a fire?
No,
In
with
this
that-
climate here,
without a lighter.
Yeah, without a lighter. You're
Yeah.
naked and afraid.
Do you have a knife?
No.
You're fine. You're not gonna, Nick. I know you watched a lot of Discovery.
no,
Channel.
I was about to agree that I couldn't.
Okay,
I was
that's-
asking what climate because the one place I think I could make a fire is in a particularly arid desert-like climate if I have my glasses.
Dude, I think all of us could do it.
I don't.
I've watched.
It's much harder than you think.
No, but
Yeah.
like that's the thing though, is that we got time. We have time right now. We're not
No,
like it's not Survivor. We don't have 30 minutes or we don't get $1 million.
You have like a couple days.
They have
Yeah.
about 3 days, which is how long you can go before you need water, and you're also burning up your hands' ability to do things while you're trying to use the fire plow or the
back
hand
and
drill.
forth. My hands are gonna die.
No,
Dude, it
Austin,
calluses you.
it actually rips your hands up because you're
Go grab a
vigorous-
towel.
No, the towels were hit by the EMP.
You're
Okay,
also,
okay.
They were made of
you're
electric
naked and
cotton.
afraid in the wilderness.
Oh, we're there's the naked and afraid scenario again. Okay,
Right, yeah.
Big ol' leaf.
What?
To not be naked anymore.
Just use any kind of like insulation so you don't kill your hand. Have you guys ever held a stick before?
You could
Austin.
just order some fire.
You're being ignorant right now.
I'm gonna go film myself making a fire. I feel like I gotta do this now.
Please go out into the woods and make a fire. And
I don't
film
think
it.
I have
I'd
a
love
good
to
enough
see it.
woods nearby though.
Yeah, well, stop making
Well.
excuses then.
I'm just thinking like we don't have any trees in our
Don't have
yard.
good enough woods. Guess I can't do it.
I would definitely not be able to make a fire. If I had a knife, I would give myself like a 10% chance to be able to
You
make
think
a
a
fire.
knife would help you?
I
Like,
just,
Yeah, 'cause you would just,
I
like,
don't want to make it.
spark it on a rock?
I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying it's easy because it's definitely not
You
easy.
are making it sound.
No, I'm just saying in a situation where your life depends on it. I think any of us have the ability to do it.
I mean, I know the basic idea of how you make a fire. I've watched enough primitive technology
You
videos.
get some kindling. You need like a good stick and then a good like piece of I guess like tree bark or some kind of like flat wood that you can rub the stick into to get the ember. Past that, you just need to rub it a bunch.
I'm gonna put all of my electronics inside of a Faraday cage, so that when the EMP hits, I'm gonna be like the fuck. It's like time travel, basically. I'm gonna be the only dude with a smartphone, and I'll use it to connect to absolutely nothing, but make calculations on the calculator app.
Does a Faraday cage actually protect from like from an EMP?
I believe that's the idea.
I think that's the point of it. Yeah.
Well, no, like a Faraday cage is like it stops like radio signals.
No,
But,
it's like it conducts electricity around the things inside of it, and then the things inside of it are not hit by the electronic or the.
Nah, see, the
Like
cage gets
first.
hit by the EMP though, and then it can't work anymore.
If the EMP originates from inside the cage, that would
There
be
you
the
go.
best case
Yeah, then
scenario.
You accidentally made the EMP.
Yeah.
Let me give you a couple of fire making tips that might save your life one day. A really useful thing to keep in mind if you are in a forest type setting and need to make a fire, and that we're going to hope that you are, considering Vancouver and such.
Yeah.
You want to go after a bird's nest if possible. Bird's nests are the perfect thing to catch the ember in, and it's like pre-made kindling, which is extra dry and made up basically to catch. It's like the most flammable thing you could find ready to go. Secondarily, if you can't get enough flammability in what you've got, you could look for sap on a pine tree, because that sap, if you soak your conductor in there, is going to be able to actually magnify the ability to make fire. That sap is extremely flammable. So, if you run out of options and things are a little bit too wet, those are 2 more things to try before you give up hope.
Counterpoint.
Also, make a bow. I've actually made one before.
Oh, okay.
Counterpoint.
What are you making your cordage out of?
Take a gallon of gasoline out of your vehicle, and then use a barbecue lighter.
That is a really bad idea. You're gonna burn down the fucking forest.
You're not gonna burn. You need the fire.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna roast it on the Pacific Northwest.
You're gonna look like
my
a
food.
freaking idiot making this. Oh, I gotta find a bird's nest and some tree sap. I'm gonna use like a thimble full of gasoline and keep myself warm for weeks.
Well, again, we're doing naked and afraid scenario. I don't think we have
Naked and
gasoline.
afraid scenario, yeah. You got no
I've never seen one of them bring like a jerry can in their bag of survivable items. I'd love to see that though.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I just, in my opinion, if you're going to be put into a survival situation, one of your, I'm not going to say most important tools, but an important tool is going to be confidence. If you just sit there and go, well, I can't fucking do it, no chance. I might as well
Okay.
die.
Well, you're partially right that having a good attitude is a huge predictor of your ability to endure these very difficult, trying times. But also just like, I'm pretty sure they all want to survive. Nobody's like, okay, I'm just done.
Good point.
Go rub some fucking sticks together. Give it a shot.
You don't just rub sticks together.
I know, but
I mean, like, honestly, though, like, I kind of agree with Austin in that, like,
Rob,
I
it's your
think
turn.
if I'm taking my turn right now.
Oh, it's frozen on my side. Sorry.
Way to go,
Yeah.
Steger.
But, no, I like, if you give me 3 days and an insatiable hunger, I feel like after 3 days of practice, I know the basics of how you make a fire. I'd probably be able to make one in 3 days.
See, you are clinging to this belief that desperation would make you like a Super Saiyan.
why do you need to be a Super Saiyan to start a
I mean-
fire? We're not lighting our hair on fire.
It was the first human technology. I feel like.
I just feel like we're on both ends of the extreme here, but I feel like you guys do not give yourself enough credit to be smart human beings.
And I don't think you give the people that are in these survival situations enough credit in a way because they're actually trained and often they can't make fires with tools
But-
Yeah.
for days.
Okay, no,
like
you
they're
give me a flint
miserable.
and steel, I'm making a fire with
Yeah, well, tell that to them. They haven't done it.
If you
in
can't make a
sometimes-
fire with a flint and steel, then you have
Yes.
no chance of.
This
why are you on the
isn't
show? Why are you on
Minecraft,
the show?
Austin.
I'm not joking. They'll be in situations where they're fucking freezing and have a flint and can't make a fire. They're naked and they want a fire very badly, and they
they're
give up
afraid.
and try and sleep.
I
So, given that situation, I can't believe that just bravado alone is the thing that gets you through that.
I'm beginning to believe that's some like TV magic shit now. How on earth are you a trained survivalist and you can't make a fire with a flint and steel?
It's harder than you think. That's all.
Maybe it's like
You put
wetter in the.
made
It is. It's
Smart.
often winter. They're always like, I practice this in my backyard and not in this scenario, and now I can't do it.
Dude, you know what'd be really fucked up is if you like couldn't make a fire and then you found a commune of people with a fire, but they were led by like a 9-year-old Boy Scout in like some kind of fucked up Lord of the Flies situation. And you had to like pledge fealty to this little kid who just happened to have the right merit badge.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Make a movie out of that.
I'd be pissed.
Well, I mean, in this hypothetical situation, would this person's ability to make the fire really then lead to the logical extension that he's probably the best person to
Yeah,
lead us?
because he could be like, well, if you don't let me lead, then I'm going to take the fire away.
All right, okay, I see. If he's also a blackmailing 9-year-old.
A lot of them are, to be honest. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
A grown man could probably kill a 9-year-old Boy Scout. You know, I know, but then you'd lose the fire.
Then you don't get fire
Well,
anymore.
if he's a good enough Boy Scout, he would have set a couple traps, like a figure 4 somewhere to catch
yeah.
you before you can kill him.
Absolutely.
I'd just basically be like Ramses the Second. You know, that worked out pretty well.
Dan was playing Fortnite with randoms on his stream today, and he was talking to a student of history. But I believe they were in a high school,
Rob?
so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna rake them over the coals too much. But Dan was like, "Oh, so what's like the earliest human civilization?" And then he said, "Hunter-gatherer societies in the year 600 BC." And I said to myself, "Hey, my dude, you ever hear of like the Egyptians?" This is like 2,500 years before that, and not hunter-gatherers, or
It
like
was actually like 10,000 years before that.
yeah,
actually.
like you know, the Neolithic Revolution happened like 10,000 years ago, and you know the Mesopotamians and etc. And you're like, this kid's teacher is just horrible.
Well, okay, here's an alternative. Maybe he's a creationist. That could be what's happening there. You know, they believe that Jesus was hanging around with dinosaurs, you know.
He meant
It's not a joke.
60,000 BC? I don't think he meant 60,000. We have like records from 600 BC.
Yeah.
You ever
I mean,
think about
I
how
played
like,
Assassin's Creed Origins,
good
right?
music.
So.
it must have been so fucked up to be in like Egypt or even like ancient Rome. They're like, hey,
Anywhere, honestly, at that
yeah.
time.
Can I buy like you know, I'll buy this pot off you because that's all you got back then. And they're like, sure. Do you want a copy of your receipt? Yeah. Okay, let me just spend 8 hours chiseling it into a stone tablet that you can then store under your house.
I knew where that joke was going, and I still found it funny.
I think they they had like multiple clay or something that they would use to make.
No, but I really like the chiseling idea. That's really fun.
I like the idea of like a Roman. Okay, apparently in Rome they had paper, but like an ancient Egyptian like returning
They invented the
Returning-
papyrus font, man.
a tool back at a store. Like, oh, do you have a copy of your receipt? I'm like, yeah. They
Remember
go
to do
out
the
and
survey.
There's like a donkey hauling a batch of stone tablets. So yeah, everything here appears to be working out okay.
Dude, agreeing to the TOS of things must have been such a pain back then. Like 6 or 7
Ting, ting,
carts
ting,
worth
ting,
of
ting.
tablets.
Just chisel on the dotted line, please, Nefertiti.
Well, actually, I was reading about Egypt. I think it was on like Wikipedia or something.
Golden bongs?
He's dying.
Well, no, actually, I think it was a YouTube video.
Oh.
And but anyway, like it was talking about like a highly centralized society, which Egypt was apparently. And so Egypt was so centralized that the farmers would
How
actually,
centralized
Why
was it?
were they?
so the farmers would get their seeds directly from the government,
Blank.
and the government would tell them when to plant it and when to harvest it and when to water it and whatever. And one of the theorized falls of Egypt is because, like, once the government stopped handing out seeds, the farmers didn't really know how to continue. So that's pretty fucked up.
I want to see like Doomsday Preppers Egypt edition.
Mhm.
We'll be like, my name's Agamemnon, and I'm preparing for a biblical plague. Okay, it'd be funny if you saw the show.
I was just letting it develop.
I mean, I like it, yeah. I'm into it. It was the king of Macedon, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I always get him confused with Menelaus.
Yeah, I think Menelaus was the Spartan one.
Which one didn't eat pussy? And there's a DJ Khaled joke in here. There's a
I was gonna
famous
say it's DJ Khaled.
There's a
DJ
famous
Khaled.
Greek king that like didn't eat pussy, and then his wife killed him, and then in court they were like, "Why did you kill your wife? Or why did you kill your husband?" And she was like, "You didn't give
He didn't
face."
go down.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Innocent."
Oh. Is DJ Khaled married?
I believe so. Yeah.
She's my queen.
That was pretty racist, actually.
Oh. I thought this was how he said. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll be back in 3 minutes. Play some Tower Unite. See you then.
He does talk like that, though.
He does.
I mean, I've heard him talk before. That's kind of what I thought he sounded like.
I
but-
was just because it sounded like this is how that dialect sounded to me when you said it. Is she's my queen?
Oh, I didn't hear that actually.
What?
Rob.
That's what I heard.
Just
That's what I heard.
Takala.
Sorry,
that's,
Kat.
that's what I was.
That's-
that's what
No,
I-
Nick, I think you're good on this. I think Rob just misheard this
Yeah,
one.
I think Rob was looking for racism where there
Yeah.
was none.
I had a good run.
Looking
I mean, it
for
gets us all
racism
eventually,
in
I
all
guess.
the wrong places.
Sorry, guys. Let you down.
Which? What are we playing now?
It's Tower United Go.
Tower. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we should have loaded this yesterday.
Yeah. All right, let's get this going.
You're right. I did get him confused with Tachanka.
Now Nick can get a deal with Disney and YouTube.
I still haven't seen Black Panther actually.
It's pretty good.
I want to see it.
Hey Ryan.
Yes.
Check Skype real quick for me.
That is fine by me.
Okay.
Don't open on monitor 3.
I have a real question, and nobody is going to want to answer this, and I shouldn't even bring it up, but I don't know any
Oh,
better.
all right, yeah.
Okay,
Can't
so
wait.
like DJ Khaled, ignorant, of course, when he said that he doesn't go down
Doesn't eat
on his
pussy.
wife, and he
Yeah.
expects his
Right.
wife to go down on him because the rules are different for men.
Yeah.
That's ignorant, I'll admit.
Yeah.
But if DJ Khaled were a woman, and she said,
All right.
I don't blow my husband, but I expect him to go down on me,
Oh, you're going the red pill route.
I'm
right
going.
now.
I'm going red pill.
Okay. Yeah.
Usually I'm pretty blue pill, but I'm like, how do you think people would react to that?
And I was sitting there thinking, like, what if DJ Khaled was gay and had a male partner? Does the whole theory just fall apart, or do they blow each other? Like, what does he do?
I
need to
think
know.
Khaled was an alien.
That's
Jesus.
Bear, are you?
Bear
They're
in a
getting
fishbowl.
progressively further away. Bear, you might be on webcam, Mike.
Oh no!
I
Yeah.
think, or you're just far away. I don't know.
Or you're very far away. I don't
Are you,
know.
are you in the kitchen right now? Like,
Oh no! Hold on, I can't tell.
You can't tell if you're in the kitchen.
Bring him
How's this?
home.
Is this better?
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
that's
really
fair.
that was instantaneous.
I just
Oh,
went
yeah.
from
All right,
6
great.
to midnight, honestly.
You already said that earlier.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did it again.
I have started a Tower Unite server.
Oh, you
Loading.
I was gonna do a tower.
Yeah, I'm opening the game, so I'll be in the
You can
next
do the
one.
tower. I'd rather you do it.
My screen is still black.
So I'm gonna go pee while I wait.
Oh,
for
it's
you.
opening on the wrong monitor.
It did
So-
that to me too.
Can I for real answer your question?
No.
I'm not going to
DJ
answer
Khaled
it because
one.
I've already disqualified
Khaled
myself.
thing. What I was gonna say is I don't think there's anything wrong with having a preference, but I think when you use the word expect, that's when it gets bad.
Yeah, I think there should be no expecting.
Yeah, that seems fair to me, honestly.
That seems like the way it should be.
I think that's fair.
Wow, this lobby music is so pleasant.
It really is.
I feel like I'm in a spa.
I expect everyone to blow each other at all times.
All the time.
Yeah. I'm in for that. You know.
The world would be a much nicer place if we all just blew each other.
Yeah, but
Like
would you
instead
get
of a
anything
handshake.
No one would get
just blow each other.
Like dogs, you know? Like they go up in each other's
Yeah.
assholes. Why can't we just suck each other's dicks?
Hey, what's up, man? How's your
Yeah.
dick? Oh, that tastes good.
Let me take care of that for you here.
Yo, what's up, dog? How's your dick?
You guys are.
As I'm gonna start interacting with all
In
my...
fairness, dogs rim each other all the time too.
I know,
They're just going right up in there.
they're setting a great precedent for us.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm
Chat
on my-
both loved and hated that a lot.
How's your dick?
How's your dick?
How's your dick?
I think the yo dog is really important. For that.
The yo dog,
Yo,
is
dog,
critical,
how's
yeah.
your dick?
Yo dog, how's your dick?
You know, that always weirded me out about dogs is like, you know, you get like the Pavlovian response with dogs where like, you know, you're cooking a steak and the dog's mouth is watering because he wants to eat the steak. He obviously smells the steak. Steak smells good. I want to eat it. But then that same dog will smell a pile of shit on the floor and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to eat that.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, like, is society telling us that we shouldn't eat shit?
Well, no, hold
Oh
on.
my God.
Are we?
What an argument.
Let me stop you from going down that road because I think there's a much more logical interpretation straight away.
Okay.
I think animals just see food as food. They don't see it as good food and
Yeah.
bad food. Like this
Invite-
is steak is food. Shit on the floor could be food. Let's find out.
But that's my point. Is that like, are we like genetically predisposed to smell some shit and be like,
Yes.
I should try putting that in my mouth?
No, the opposite.
that's what I'm getting at.
What
That's
the hell did I miss?
Oh, we're
Rob
talking
wants
about
to eat shit now.
You
yeah.
can just join on Austin.
I'm in.
All right.
Well, it's also become like a sports thing where everybody wants to eat shit after their team wins. I don't know
Has
what that's about. Yeah.
I think that's
Really?
just a Philadelphia thing, Rob.
No, it was Philadelphia, and it was in response to the year before when it was like a Patriots fan eating
Oh,
shit.
that's Bears, Mike.
What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, sorry, shit,
that's
my
what
bad.
music is. Okay.
Hold on.
I thought I was turning my game
slider.
down, and I was like,
Same.
why is my game quieter?
Oh, that's great.
Chat, I don't know what he's talking about either.
You never saw. There's a video of after the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. There was crowds in the street, and there's a video of a bunch of people saying, "Eat shit, eat shit," and then and this guy picks up a horse turd off the ground.
No.
Shit. Yeah, he just eats it. I don't know why he does it,
Dude,
but he
sometimes
does.
you're just so jazzed up over your team winning that you eat shit.
Remember that
Guess
couple
so.
just banging on the train?
We've all been there.
They were so jazzed about the Super Bowl that they just started banging on the train, and people were recording, like just taking selfies with them banging.
Yeah.
God,
I mean, what else can you do, really?
You got some confidence if you can just bang on a
You're
train
telling
like
me,
that.
dude.
Dude, I mean, I don't know if you guys have experienced this in the cities that
No.
you're from, but like
Nope,
when
haven't.
it's like a wild night, you know, the rules are gone. That's it.
No,
That's
the rules definitely still exist. They just-
I'm
You're
just saying.
breaking them brazenly.
yes.
Well, I'm just like if you go on the New York subway at 3 a.m. on New Year's, everybody was breaking the law in hilariously overt ways. Like there are guys just smoking blunts and passing around to random strangers and shit, and just like drinking on the train and fucking and like
Is that anarchy?
it basically is, and it's hilarious.
Are you an anarchist, Rob?
How late
I feel
are
like
the
you'd like that.
trains running in New York City?
Forever.
They run 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yo, that's sick.
Yeah, they don't
I saw
stop.
someone get a BJ on a New York City train once.
Yeah.
All the way to completion?
You know, I'm not positive.
Who got off
Okay.
first? You or them?
I would guess. I mean, as soon as I came, I left, so I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Do we
Coming
actually
and
have any
going.
reason to be annoyed at someone having sex in front of you? Like, is it like, at a fundamental level?
Oh,
Is that supposed to be?
this is
offensive?
gonna. Fuck
I tried
with
this
you.
argument and they got mad at me.
What bothers me about it is not the intercourse. Because, like, if I saw two people having intercourse, it's not like, I'm like, that's disgusting. What bothers me is the flagrant disrespect of authority.
Rob's stream is down and he doesn't know. Rob, your stream
My
went down.
stream is
Uh-oh.
down. Wait, really? My chat is still chatting. Oh yeah, now it's down.
Rip.
I don't know, if someone was in front of me having sex in public, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, stop!" But like, is it really if there's no kids around? Is it really
I
a
don't think
problem?
you'd even. Would you actually tell him to
I
stop?
wouldn't tell him to stop. I would.
I don't think you'd tell him to stop.
No,
I
I
would-
in my head, I'd be like,
Interact with
"Ew,
them
stop."
at all.
Yeah.
I would.
If it was legal,
Well-
would you be okay with it? Yeah.
Well, no,
Literally, it doesn't bother me. If I had kids, I guess I would be annoyed for sure. But
well, yeah, you don't have sex in front of kids. That's just obvious. But
Yeah.
in an environment with no children,
Good
is it
rule.
really a problem?
Chat, if you're gonna have sex in public, do it somewhere where there's no kids, okay? Like, let's have some decency here.
Oh man, I have a story about that.
Oh
So-
no.
How do you have a specific
that's
Not
story
if you want to
about
have
that?
a story about.
I
it.
don't
was-
think
is
I
that-
want to know.
is that an
this.
okay
No.
story?
So whenever I think sex in public, this is the story I think of, and this is why it grosses me out every time. Is I went camping once with a bunch of people, like a real like probably like 50 people going camping.
50?
But it's the type of campgrounds where it's like just people on top of each other. Like some people have campers parked in their little camping
Oh,
spot.
that kind of on top of.
That
Okay.
kind of camping. Yeah. So, long story short, two of the people with me got super drunk and started having sex with each other in their car. But to the amazement of like 70 families who were just witnessing this and looking at us like, "Can you stop this?" And we're all like, "We're not opening that car." Like, yeah, like we all agree this is
Oh,
disgusting.
so the car was doing that like squeaky back and forth.
The
There was
bands are rocking.
rhythmic honking. That's what.
Oh,
I occasionally will hear a car honk in rhythm and be like, ugh.
Go in the back seat, you savages.
It's like American Pie 4.
Is
Oh,
there a protocol of that? Like, it's in a setting like that, you're disrupting, like,
Oh,
more
yeah.
than just your
There's like
community
families like
there,
with like
right? Yeah, yeah.
kids
Noise
having, like, a beautiful
pollution.
day.
You do
It's
it-
rude.
You, Single
Yeah.
knuckle twice
Very
knocked on the
rude.
window.
Oh,
Then you're just a cop, though.
I kind of hope they're not
Yeah.
watching. I don't think they would be, but like, I've already heard my roommates having sex, and I don't mind, but I am kind of like, you can close the door. At least.
They don't close the door.
That is pretty
Door
ridiculous.
open? That's
I just,
like,
it was really late at night, and so I guess I obviously should have been asleep. But I walked out of I'm on the second floor, and I walked out of the office that I'm at, and I just heard their bed going squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I sat there for a second, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, nice.
See, that pisses me off, and it's, again, it's not that they're having intercourse, it's that, like, if the door is open, you've almost become an unwilling participant in the intercourse. Who knows, maybe they're getting off on being like, oh, maybe Austin will catch us. You know, there's a thrill in it. And I'm like, I don't mind if you fuck, but just leave me out of it. That's between a couple of, however many people are involved in it. It's not, I don't want to be
honest.
forced to be a part of it.
if that's an aspect of it, and I truly hope it's not, but if that is, that's like super weird in Austin's case, right? Because
It's my stepbrother now. Yeah.
okay. Well, that's still
Now?
Well, I lived with my stepsister before.
yeah. Okay, I mean, it's still I
I
still
mean-
wouldn't want to hear my stepbrother.
No,
bang.
I don't want to hear it, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, can you fucking not? I would just be like, you know,
I just
you don't
have
wanna
to-
it's
cock block
unfortunate that this timing worked out.
like I can't think of a single situation where I was like, man, I wish I could hear this person fuck. I've never wanted to hear someone fuck.
It all
If
feels
you're like a
little-
celebrity, you've wondered like how they get it on. Like I've wondered, like I tweeted about him yesterday, so this is a little bit of comedic overkill. But I've wondered what sounds Gilbert Gottfried makes when he's getting crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ryan
that's-
Reynolds,
that's
man. I want to
understandable.
know.
I think he would stay in character most of the time, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I hope so, honestly.
Who, Ryan Reynolds or Gilbert
Wait,
Gottfried?
Ryan Reynolds? Why do I want to hear Ryan Reynolds? That's kind
Oh,
of
because he's a wild dude. He's Deadpool, man. I want to hear he goes into crazy stuff.
Yeah, he is Deadpool. That's right.
It's true.
I've heard this rumor.
I like the idea of Gilbert Gottfried remaining in character as Yago
The
from
parrot?
Yeah, from Aladdin.
The Affleck duck.
Why is the birdie symbol just like straight up the Twitter bird?
I don't know.
Robert.
Directly ripped off.
See, I wish I could do a good Gilbert Gottfried, because this is where I would scream, "I'm about to climax." and hit
Yeah,
twice.
I was thinking about doing that, and I was like, I don't think I have a good Gilbert Gottfried.
I don't. You need one to be able to do it.
You
Nobody
gotta have
has
some
good
confidence to
Gilbert
pull it
Gottfried.
off too. I would have done it by now if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, Werner Herzog would be an interesting one as well.
I figured that was coming eventually. Like it was just gonna be like a few seconds before someone shrieks into the microphone.
Beijing Honor floor pump. My bike pump arrived, but it came in this. I have to read this box.
Hoi!
All right, I've been robbed.
Steel air
I
pump
have
with
to.
indication of flexible pression. Whatever the fuck.
What?
What?
that means.
What?
Sometimes you gotta
Ergonomic
flex that pressure.
stick. Max pression 7 bar.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
That's quite a bit, yeah.
Millibars.
Best
right?
universal pump head for loss following valves. Schrader Presta Blitz. Okay.
Oh,
You might want to mail this to Ashens.
if you just want to, like, blitz your bicycle,
Include
nicely.
a adapter for iRay mattress and inflatable toys.
Oh,
This is from the Beijing Honor Trade Corporation.
What did you buy?
It was cheap as hell. That's why I bought it.
Dude, when I stayed at your place, your iRay mattress kept, like, losing pressure. Simplation.
impression.
Yeah, it
Pression.
only had like 2 or 3 bars.
And now you got 7?
Yeah, this could
7
go to
Should be
7
good to
go.
bars.
Well,
That's
pressure
a lot of
it
bars.
is measured in millibars, so
It is,
that's not
yeah.
completely out of the question.
I don't. You mean it's not completely out of the pression?
Under pressure.
Right, yeah.
Pression, pushing in
down
on,
on me.
pushing in on. No man is.
You got it.
Well, okay, so obviously I don't know anything about how pressure is calculated, But if pressure is measured in millibars, and that is 7 bars, wouldn't that be like the bottom of the Marianas Trench?
It's 1.034 kPa.
As a
Yeah,
Patriots
that
fan,
doesn't
I
help
can
me at
tell you
all.
exactly how pressure is calculated.
So the thing is, like with the metric system, like a millibar and a bar, I mean, they're measured in both of them. It's just a matter of what unit you choose to use.
Right. But, well, I was assuming that you use a millibar because it's not going to be like 600,000 millibars.
Hey, Austin.
What is this discussion we're having anymore?
I don't know. I don't know how the pressure works.
It's 760 torr, obviously.
What the fuck is
All
that?
right, whatever.
1.036 kPa.
I have no idea.
Oh my god.
I fucking love science.
What's your favorite part about science?
Avogadro's number and pi, obviously.
Oh shit!
I should have known.
6.02 times 10 to the 23, bitch. Don't forget it.
Hey, can I do indignant Twitter rant now?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
it depends what it's about, but please.
So I tweeted the other day that I noticed someone was chainsawing outside my house at 7:22 a.m.
yeah.
and I got a remarkable amount of responses saying that I'm the one with the problem.
Yeah, no, I saw that actually.
And I just wanted to run it by you and get the general consensus if I'm the one with the problem or if it is actually unreasonable to chainsaw at that time. And I understand, by the way, that it's not hot in the morning. It's a reasonable thing. But it's also reasonable to want to sleep at 7:22 a.m. in my particular perspective. What do you guys think?
Loud
I think-
chores start at 9.
Yep,
See, I
that's
was
the
gonna
rule.
say-
Yeah,
I was
I'm
saying
with you
no,
on that, yeah.
no chainsaws before 10, but 9's all right, I guess.
Yeah, see, I
9
agree
local
with-
time is acceptable for all loud behavior.
I had an issue in New York because our neighbors were building an extension on their house and they'd start construction at 7 a.m. And I remember them being like, well, 7, we're waiting till 7. It's like, really? Come on.
Yeah, actually, my neighbors upstairs at the apartment above me, I don't know, like it's once every 2 weeks, they just decide to move all of the furniture in their
yeah.
apartment. And they do it for hours. And I don't know why. Like, are they getting new furniture all the time? I don't know. But they certainly have been moving it around a
It's
lot.
called feng shui, honey. Look it up.
go. Let's go. We just got screwed, Austin.
We
I'm
did.
upset for
All
us.
right. So I guess I'm not the only one then. That's
No,
nice.
you're like in the right, but like
Yeah.
on the internet, if you ever complain about anything except other people complaining, all you're gonna get is people complaining about you complaining. That's the rule. It's like,
Dude,
well, I got hit by a car, drunk driver. Did you ever consider they might be going through some stuff in their life right now? And what were you doing crossing the street at that specific intersection?
Yeah.
You know it's dangerous.
Why is he Rocky?
Why
not?
Rocky.
What are you doing?
Well, on a separate note, someone complained to us on Twitter about a lady in the grocery store at the cold cut counter.
Yes,
And-
I saw that.
Yeah.
I was very
What'd she
upset.
do?
Well, so she was like, "Hey, give me a pound of ham." And then the guy goes to give her a pound of ham, and she's like, no, actually, don't use that already open package. Open a new ham for me."
No.
No, you don't do that.
You don't do
Can't
that.
do that.
Yeah,
It's like a highly self-important.
It's a terrible thing to do. This guy's an idiot. Ladies and
That goes against meat law.
Although I will say, if she had said maybe, here's I think this might ease it a little bit. Don't give me the first slice off the block.
No, that's also stupid.
It is stupid. But I think if she did that, then I would be like, I think you're stupid, but I'm not that mad.
What if she just softened it and said, "Would it be okay if?" Wouldn't you
Yeah.
already hate? You would hate her less,
That
right?
That would help, yeah.
It's still so entitled, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
you
do
got
It
it.
is,
I agree.
yeah.
if that was like a thing that should be done, they would do it for everybody.
That's like, yeah, it makes it seem like you're a more important human than everyone else who comes to the deli to get meat.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think it's important to consider the way you phrase these types of things. So if you come across being like commanding, when you have a sort of a crazy request, nobody's going to fall on your side. If you're at least accommodating to their needs everybody can at least come to a middle ground and an understanding.
I know what you're talking about, though, but I think you're like referring to situations where you're like, "Hey, can I get that without onions, maybe? Or can I substitute these fries in for onion rings?" Not like, "Hey, can you make sure that you go into the back freezer and get a special, unique box of ham for me?"
I don't understand why she said it.
I will say, and maybe this is why I'm more open to hearing her out with the "don't give me the first slice" thing, because I got prosciutto like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, or something like that. And out of the package, and I got it delivered, so I didn't go up to the deli counter, right? Out of the package, it had a hard, like, basically like shell around.
Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah,
and that's not like, it's not like that's the type of meat that has that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
the classic hard shell meats.
Well, no, but I mean there are like, if you get like liverwurst or something, it'll have inedible. You know,
they have a hard chitin shell.
Yeah, you know, or if you get like a stick of salami, then
or like an oyster.
An oak lining.
I'm just saying that, like,
or
in that case, if the guy handed me, if I was at the deli counter and the guy handed me like a piece to sample, I'd be like, get me a new fucking block of prosciutto, man.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Special case though.
I think
we're operating under her getting normal meat out of
Just never tell a person in the service industry to do something. Ask them, and then you're like, that takes away so much of the asshole.
And you ask them because the joke is they can't say no or they'll be
If
fired.
they're beating you about the face and neck mercilessly, I think you can tell them to stop.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, could you stop?
We're getting in these very specific scenarios.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind not pummeling my face?
What if the restaurateur is stabbing me at the time? Do I have certain permissions then?
Consult the Constitution.
What if she's going through some stuff right now?
What, the Constitution?
God bless.
Yeah, I would say she is. Yes,
she's definitely going through some stuff.
I would say so.
Please.
Poor Constitution.
I can't do a gong sound with my mouth.
Did somebody just grapefruit their man?
It actually sounded like your chosen lady.
Oh, the duck sound. Yeah, I know that one.
Chosen one.
I'm coming.
Why aren't they making a sequel to Kung Pao? What happened to that?
How?
Listen, you just heard what you wanted to hear.
I think the sequel was literally just a gag at the end.
No, there was actually news.
No,
like
I
a
remember
year
reading an
ago,
article.
I think.
Yeah,
that
in the
we
last
might
few
make
years about how it was going to be out any day.
Yeah, and then like they were like, maybe we won't because the first one was really bad and nobody liked it.
It was great.
You're such a curmudgeon.
You just hate happiness.
I don't hate happiness. I just don't like Kung Pao.
Ha!
I don't like Kung Pao.
It's not that funny.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, if you're stupid.
Neo.
Spawning.
That's a funny goddamn movie,
It's really funny,
Mr. Scrooge.
actually.
I mean, my sub notification that I've had for like
7 years
now. Yeah, like that's a lot of nuts, which is literally from Kung Pao.
Oh, you know, I forgot that.
I thought that was from.
Yeah, I know.
Anchorman.
No.
No.
That's
Kung
the
Pao.
Plums one.
Yeah, no, actually,
That's
No.
from Eastbound and Down, actually.
not only is that from Eastbound and Down, that's from the bloopers of Eastbound and Down.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's not even in the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, are you sure it's not from Anchorman?
I'm
Because
100%.
I have that in my head for some reason, and I don't know
It
why.
is Will Ferrell.
He
Oh.
was in other things besides Anchorman.
Yeah, he's played
Oh,
Will
that's-
Ferrell in many media properties.
He really has. Oh, that's bad.
If you released him into the wild, would you say he's gone feral? Thanks, Bear. Hey, come on. My joke the other day on Twitter was fucking great.
What was your joke the other day on Twitter?
My
the
joke
beta?
the other day on Twitter, yeah, the beta thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a beta male than an alpha male because I'm closer to full release. I just thought of that out of nowhere, and I was like, tweet it. It's time to tweet it.
I saw it and I thought it was a great tweet, but I didn't like or retweet it.
Yep. Same.
That's what the like button is for.
Same situation.
Yeah. I was like, this has the potential to be huge if Ryan retweets it, which he did.
I saw it and like audibly groaned.
So it's not the same as Bear, because Bear said he liked it.
Yeah, I think I genuinely liked it. I
Well,
think
I was
he
just being
sort of-
polite.
You know, I thought with all your DAU, you would relate to it.
Ryan does relate to being a beta male.
It was
Yeah,
like the
that's true.
intersection of like
Oh, return to
Video-
menu.
I got
Return to menu.
69.
video
Return to menu.
video game
I have no
humor.
mouse on it. There we go.
It's video game humor and like sexual humor, and I was like, these two things, there should be a separation of concerns between them.
It's like classic G4, you know? Remember that?
Well, I'm going to pull an old school NLSS and say, everyone watching, please retweet that, because I want it to go as viral as possible.
Oh,
Thank
hell
you.
yeah, dude. I'll go retweet it now. That was
Thank
good.
you.
That
Yeah,
was
viralize it, dude.
We used to do this all the time. We would do like a favorite tweet of the day, and then we'd all retweet it.
Did I have a
Those
joke?
are the
I had
Those
a
are good
joke the
times.
other day, didn't I? Hold on.
You always have good jokes, Rob.
Oh, thanks.
I muted you, Rob.
My goal with Twitter is to exclusively tweet things that make Ryan unhappy.
You don't
Hey,
tweet
that's
that
my
much.
goal too.
Nice.
You,
I think
like,
that's what we all do.
30%
Yeah.
of your tweets are like Bill Wirtz quotes, and then the other 70% are like, sorry, I slept in. And I am unhappy when you sleep in, because then I have to watch Dan's stream.
He's been playing Spelunky, though,
He has been playing Spelunky.
which has to be a good time.
He's also been playing Tarkov, and I just don't get that game.
I don't
man.
like that game, yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Really?
get
That's
I'll play
surprising.
Tarkov with you, Rob.
I'd play it. It's
You're a man of taste.
It's just the number of times I see him, like, he spots an NPC, but you don't know if it's an NPC or a real person for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
He spots them, and then he goes like, oh! And then he just pumps them full of lead while they look straight up into the sky. And then he's like, let's go! Like, you shot cannon fodder. That's not a real human being.
Yeah, I can. As soon as I because no one told me there was AI in that game and that it wasn't all players. And the
Yeah.
first time I played it, I was like, "What is this?"
I think it's mostly AI.
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
mostly
it's like
AI,
a server
yeah.
full of AI with like up to like 5 other people.
It's like Dark Souls invasions, kind of.
Dude, but what about that other not battle royale kind of battle royale game? It's called like The Hunt or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was awful.
I watched some play of that, and I was like, no, thank you.
I think it looked
Oh.
better in theory than it did in execution when I was
Dude.
watching Twitch streamers play it, but
Have any
I
of you
don't
ever
know.
played Ice Lakes? Fishing game?
No, but
Oh, we
Oh,
talked about it
yeah.
last time.
They've added a battle royale mode to Ice Lakes
oh my god.
Wow.
where you have
Are
to
you-
like
are you
fish in a
joking?
circle that's
Bear, you need done ready.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
And Nick, can you join on?
I was trying, yeah. I just got kicked.
I have something that will make
Oh no,
everyone in here mad except me and Justin.
it's World of Warcraft related.
It's World of Warcraft.
Excuse me.
Me, or I say me and Justin, but mostly Justin started a World of Warcraft guild,
Yeah, I've unleashed a plague. I'm really proud of
and
myself.
like 15 people have been infected with it.
I'm not following you into that.
That's fair. I understand.
I've got thousands of hours in that game. I'm never playing it again. I can't do it.
You should consider playing with us.
Not ever playing it
Because I
again.
think you'd have a good time.
Which game are we talking about?
World of Warcraft.
Oh god. Yeah, I
Rob,
saw
you
guys
played
talking
World of
about
Warcraft like a year ago with Cam and me.
that. I know.
Well, that was like 3 years ago, but still.
I got out. I'm not going back in.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems smart.
You know, although when we did play like however many years ago that was now, that's weird that was multiple years ago.
It was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. But when we did that, I was happy that I had no desire to play it, really. Like when I was playing it. Whereas I
That's
used
good.
to back in the day. Wait,
Dude, there's boost pads.
I
Use
just
the
feel
push
like,
through.
have you ever heard
Oh.
the expression that like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure?
Mm.
That's why I just can't get into You're like, oh, play Dota again. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been very responsible with Dota though.
I've been pretty responsible playing Dota since I've played more
Yeah.
when I've been back, actually.
I play a very light amount of Dota right now.
I would play 12 hours of WoW where all I would do is look for herbs and I would listen to music.
Yes,
And
that
was
sounds
all I would
great.
do. That's not
I just want to
okay.
sit there and go fishing.
I'm gonna die if I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Don't make me.
And then
I mean, if you
think
can
of
monetize it.
the hundreds or thousands of people watching you play WoW for 12 hours. Like, it's a second order level of doing nothing. Like,
Probably worse, but back then no one was watching me. I was just doing
Yeah.
it for my own sake.
at that point, you're like actually like a societal pathogen.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to be a carrier.
Oh,
I almost
man.
finally did it.
I did it! I got in the hole!
Nice.
Hoit!
I watched you do that. That was
Perfect
great.
shot.
I've never been able to do that.
oh fuck!
Oh,
Not
man.
even close.
Well, actually, in a similar vein, because I remember when we were kids, like there was all those news stories, like "Is WoW killing the nation's youth?"
Yeah.
Yes.
And but I've started to see like news articles with that basically the same template except replace WoW with Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah.
Which is
Well,
hilarious.
WoW has literally killed people before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
Fortnite might have
kills,
by
but
now.
Yeah. Well, so have a lot of like Korean MMOs too.
Yeah.
I was so bad that there was this guy that leveled to the level cap just in Goldshire, killing like the bears and wolves or whatever around. I looked at that and I was like, that guy did something great. That's how bad I was.
No, I think that
Yeah.
was just a sound
His
perk.
brave man.
Did he land at the end of the tube?
I'm mad.
Get out of there. You can't get out. Get out of there.
Come on, dude. Just it's like the slowest way conceivable.
My best experience with World of Warcraft is
Uninstalling it.
well, one time I went into the starter zone as a higher level man, and people were asking questions. And keep in mind, I was like 11, all right? But
All right.
people were asking questions. They're like, "Oh, how do you do this?" And I said, "Oh, you just press Alt F4." And
Fucking
just
got 'em.
Offline.
just see people dissolve one after another, just logging out of the game. It was great. It was a good time.
You got him.
Just send it back to the beginning. Oh no, okay, it's not. Thank God.
You
I
tell
used
him to
to love-
download more RAM too.
Yeah. Classic gaming
Yeah.
jokes.
It just reminds me of being a dick in MMOs, but I really miss in Ultima Online. To repair your armor, you had to like give it to another actual player.
Oh.
So I would just stand by the forge being like, armor repairs, and someone give me their armor.
Oh.
This is great. I miss it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Hey, can I trim your armor? I'm playing RuneScape.
I remember when we would sign on, like when we were very young, probably like 10, to Excite to play board games. I think it was Excite.com.
Mm.
We would play. We would play ranked chess on there. And
Wow.
we would,
That's where Gary Kasparov got his start, if I remember correctly.
indeed.
The
And,
dungeons of Excite.com.
It's quite laborious. But we would only host games, and we would make it so that there was no time limit on the turns. So we would like rank up so fast because we would match up exclusively against the highest ranked players, and we would just bug the shit out of them until they quit. It kept working forever because they would never change the rules, and people would just keep joining our game that had no turn limit. And then eventually one person joined that just had infinite patience and was like, I got nothing to do. Yeah, here, we can... If you want to take 3 days to take your turn, that's fine with me. So
Children are the worst.
I know,
that
it was
rules.
terrible.
I used to ruin games of Scrabble on games.com with my friends. For no reason, like why? We were chilling.
Yeah.
How do you ruin a game of Scrabble?
So, in that game, the only way it would accept anything you put on the table, and the person after you had to challenge it. So if I was in a game with my friend and I was after him, he could put any old bullshit he wanted on the table, and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's a word." get really upset.
My word is goobabale. Sounds good to me.
My word is 14 Fs all in a row.
I'll never forget. I feel like I think it was hand jobbing was the one that like someone just lost their mind. They're like, it's not even a word. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's what you keep saying a hand job. You're hand jobbing. The person's losing their mind. Like,
Dude, those like trolls on places like that where it's just like you're trolling like one person.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're the only person that gets to experience.
And there's no
Yeah.
audience either. Like it's just
There's
for
no
your
audience.
own-
Yeah.
It's very inefficient.
It was,
That's true.
but like,
My-
but it makes me like, you know, I'm glad you told that story because it gives me some understanding of why this is still happening. And I say it's still happening because, like I said, I was on that voice acting website.
Oh yeah.
That free voice acting website, and people were trolling in there. It's like, oh yeah, submit your audition for the role of Audrey, and then be like, fuck you, idiot. It's just like, what?
That's quite the troll farting.
It's like, no one's gonna see this. Why are you doing this?
They don't even get to like hear the reaction to it. They just have to imagine that it's going to be unpleasant for this person.
And those people who would corrupt your Diablo 2 characters back in the day on BattleNet, I don't know what's going through their minds, why they want to hate everyone. But like,
Yeah.
what are you getting out of that? You just ruined all my fun for no reason?
You got
Because I
trolled.
matched
what they
up in the
want.
same room?
It sounds like you're mad, which means they won.
The trolling has
To this day, he has still gotten into your head about it. Yeah, so that is the ultimate troll.
Yeah, I guess they got me.
Is this a hoy? Oh no, it is a hoy. Let's go.
Mine's not a hoy. It just
Oh,
threw
mine's
me
a
the
shit.
fuck
Yeah, it just spits you out like yesterday's garbage.
out. Yeah.
My
What
word
about
is
today's garbage?
blue XZQ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh.
I was so saved.
Chad, if you were one of the ones that took my character in Diablo 2, you gotta tell me. I'm gonna report you. You gotta tell me.
I was watching that documentary about Second Life, which was really,
Oh, boy.
really entertaining and not at all concerning on a multitude of different levels. There's like a woman in Second Life who ran a literal six-figure business. Like she made her own clothes and then sold them. But then some dude figured out how to like exploit the game, and you could just dupe items, and then he just flooded the market with her items. I don't want to call them counterfeit because like they're all
It's
not
all
real.
same
As-
code,
Velocity
right?
girl.
Yeah, it's the-
you see what I mean here.
Yeah.
So her whole business was destroyed. She was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, or at least over $100,000 a year. She took him to court, and he lost. He had to pay her $600.
Damn.
Oh my
$600?
god.
$600. And then like he had the perfect troll response after he lost the judgment. He was basically like, I don't see why everyone's so mad. It's just a game. I was like, that's just ignorant, man.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So here's something similar, and I've struggled with this throughout the years, thinking like, should I feel bad about this? And
Did you take my character, Justin?
so like,
Did you stand by me in Halo, Justin?
so like, back to Ultima Online, the server I played on, like there were items you can get in the game worth like upwards of like a couple $100.
Yeah.
If you sell it on eBay. So there were people that, you know, that was their business. They would, you know, farm these champion spawns and do things for their business. So I would follow them and steal from them constantly.
Oh.
But like stealing was a game mechanic. Like
Right,
it was
yeah.
like an actual skill. But like they would do a champion spawn, and when the champion spawn's done, like all the things pop on the ground and these scrolls pop in their backpack. I would just follow them and then steal the thing out of their backpack. Or kill them and take all the stuff off the floor. Like one time I got a serious death threat from one of the guys, and he was like, "You're ruining my livelihood." And I was like, "I'm a child playing a video game." So
That was your exact response.
In the long run, the answer is I don't feel bad.
You
But-
should. That's part of the game.
That guy should feel bad for threatening your life.
In
Yeah.
I
fact,
agree
those
with that.
items
Yeah.
are probably valuable because they can be stolen and you could lose them, and they.
All right, that makes no sense.
Well, no, the idea being that like
If they were easy to get, you know, they wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, no,
They're
I look at my
scarce
TV in my
because-
bedroom and go, someone could steal that. It's worth a lot.
No, but I'm saying like it's scarce, and the scarcity could come from people stealing it or destroying it or killing.
You phrased it really weirdly though.
Yeah, like
I mean,
it's only worth something because it could be stolen.
Yeah.
we're really going down this pedantic train of like.
That's not pedantic, you said it literally.
Continuing to double down on the understanding what I meant and.
I used to play Anarchy Online a long time ago, another MMO.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of hours in that as well. And I got to this big important quest where my character was supposed to get to another level of some kind of advancement in something. I don't remember what it was. But I finished the quest. I was going to turn it on. I was turning it in. I was going to get my items. And the goddamn game ate my items. And I was so mad. I kept writing emails to them and they wouldn't help me. And it, like, of all the people to gank me of my items, the game itself shouldn't be one of them. And they just had no love lost for me. They didn't care at all. They just said, do it again. I'm like, well, no, I'm just going to quit. And then I never played it again.
Well,
Yeah.
That was my sad story about Anarchy Online.
What's
I
Yeah, go on.
I feel like 3 people tried to talk, but it made me go on and do that. And I still won't.
I refuse.
I was gonna go. You go ahead.
I never got into Warcraft to the degree that I was like raiding, which I think people really loved.
That's the best part.
Yeah, see, that was
Allegedly.
not my jam.
Same. I wasn't into it either.
I couldn't do the heroics.
Yeah.
I tried to, and they were too hard for me. Sorry.
I don't think did they have heroics in the game when I played like
Expansion 1.
yeah, okay, yeah. I played like before Burning Crusade and then like a bit of Burning Crusade. And then I quit. Because I was like, this game sucks.
Yeah, I just skipped it.
It didn't suck. It was just too addictive.
Yeah. The only enjoyment I derived from World of Warcraft was like getting in a Ventrilo room and fucking around with my friends and leveling together. But then once Burning Crusade came out, they were like, well, I gotta get to the level cap as soon as possible. And they would just like be in a Ventrilo server together, but not playing it all together. And it's like, this feels like it's not a game.
Because they want to raid.
I was the second one in my guild to reach the level cap on the first expansion. I was very proud of
This
myself.
is the duality of chat right here. Is back-to-back messages. Best thing is leveling for me. And next, why would you play WoW if you are going to raid? Like, I feel the same way.
I
Like,
don't
For
even
me,
know what
I
that
rushed up
means.
to level cap because I wanted to PvP. That was my drive. I was like,
I
I
like-
wanted to go
Yeah.
fight.
I built it, and yes, this is apparently what it's called. I built a twink. Back in old.
that is what it's. That is what it's.
It is what it's called.
Yeah, that is what it's called.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
I built a level 19 twink for Battlegrounds back
For
in the
your
day.
your alt tune.
All right. Here's a question.
Yeah.
Did you know of which context did you know the word twink first?
I think I actually knew it in the World of Warcraft
Me
context.
too. I knew it in the video game sense first. Roll
It was the other way
And when I
for
found
me.
out what it was,
Yeah.
I was like, ah.
Yeah.
It was real awkward when someone that I knew at work said that to me. Was the first time I'd heard it in the MMO context, and I was like, dude, what? We're at work. What are you doing? What?
Oh, that's so good.
Can I have a question unrelated to World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say, and then
All right.
you can laugh
this is gonna
and
be
then
spicy.
correct me, okay?
Okay.
Is the homosexual twink
Oh boy.
phrase called a twink because, like a Twinkie, they get the cream filling?
I never thought of that.
You know?
I don't think so, but I never thought of that.
That's so adorable.
I'm gonna imagine no is the answer to that, but I don't know, to be honest with you.
End stream.
Yeah, all right.
So nobody knows. Is
I mean, here's
Nobody knows.
the counterpart. Some would say the antonym to Twink would be bear.
Yeah.
In
Hi.
slang.
What
Yeah.
about an otter, though?
A bear has nothing to do with cream, so I would imagine.
That's what you think.
That's what you think. Oh, man.
And also caramello.
Can you be a bear and a twink and an otter, or do you have to pick one?
Wait, what's an otter?
Choose your fight.
I think it's like a bear but hairless.
How could you be a bear and an otter then? That doesn't make any sense.
I think it's just the one in the middle.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't actually know either. People asking me, I don't fucking know.
Huh. You know, by the way, this reminds me of
Otter is bear but not big. Okay, got it.
This is like a literal Always Sunny bit of them, a bunch of straight guys discussing the different.
It was
forms of-
actually D talking to Dennis when they did it, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I'm not a scholar, so I haven't watched that much of It's Always Sunny.
Do you like anything? Is there anything that you enjoy?
I like a lot of things, and then when I
He likes
say
Isaac.
when I say them, people go, "Oh, that's not a thing." It's not.
Okay, name one.
I like spending time with my wife.
That's not a
My
thing.
wife.
Not. You know exactly what we're talking about. You're playing into your own hand.
Happy anniversary. I hope
Thank
you had a
you,
nice day.
thank you so much for the
yeah,
respectful
yeah.
deference to my familial holiday. I
See,
appreciate
why do
it.
you
a
gotta
great deal.
turn it around on the rest of us when he's just saying a nice thing?
Yeah, he's just trying
I
to be
did
nice
not.
to you. and
I
it's
did
not
not
the rest
turn
of
it
us being
around. I said thank you. I had a nice day and a nice dinner. It was
That's
a
good.
good time.
That's
All
What
right,
else do you like?
I'm gonna blow everyone's fucking mind here.
All right.
Someone has linked me a giant paragraph. I'll read it for you real quick.
Mhm.
Another possible origin of the term may be a derivation from the snack cake Twinkie, commonly regarded as the quintessential junk
No.
Get out.
Mm,
food. Little
Really?
nutritional value, sweet to the taste and cream filled.
What did I
Wow.
tell you?
Huh. It's
Twinks.
real?
Are Twinks known as things that are sweet to the taste as well? Is that something?
I
That I'm
think they
learning?
have to be, yeah.
hmm
Huh.
You learn something every day.
Yeah.
I'm mostly annoyed because that paragraph was not that large.
Well, I only read half of it.
Oh, what's the other half?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it talks about cum.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
the bit we wanted to hear.
Yeah. Get me in, dude. I'm ready.
Get in there.
saving the best part for later.
Like a Twinkie.
Yes.
When you
You eat around the cream like a cob of corn.
No, I eat the inside first.
You suck it out. You drill all the ending.
That's called snowballing. Snowballing is an entirely different treat.
That makes me really uncomfortable. Someone like biting a Twinkie and then sucking all the cream out of it. That's not okay.
Oh yeah, I'm
No,
just
not
picturing the
into
guy with like a stack of Twinkies and he's just sucking them and throwing them.
Like pulling the grenade
Ow.
pin out.
This is like an edamame Twinkie. Like, just got a shelling bowl.
So Ryan likes to suck the cream.
Yep.
Ryan likes his wife. What
Mhm.
else?
Like, what else are we doing on the show? Or what?
Yeah, are you talking about the next bit or are you talking about hobbies?
I don't know. Whatever you
I've
want.
been enjoying riding my bike, although the bike shop still has not given me a telephone call, and it's pissing me off because they told me it was going to be ready on Tuesday, and now I'm in this weird situation where I don't know if they were going to call me if it was going to be early, but they assumed that if they didn't call me, I would just show up on Tuesday, and it hasn't shown up yet, so I don't know.
And now it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday now.
My
You are
God.
correct.
Call
So
me
I-
anything, just not late for dinner.
Yeah, I'm going to phone them.
What the fuck, man?
That was
Sorry.
weird, yeah.
What?
God launched to the moon.
Nice.
You got your pump though, so that's good.
I did get my pump. Yeah.
Got a lot of pressure.
Can do some pumping later.
Well, if I have a bike, yeah.
Pump it up.
Otherwise, I don't even want to know what this
Pump,
pression
pump,
would do to
pump
other
it
parts
up.
of my body.
Depression.
What else do you like?
I mean, now we're bordering on like caricature, but like, you know, I like
Ordering.
going to class. I like what I'm learning right now.
Are you actually out of things?
What do you mean out of things? What do you like? Hey, here's a freaking hobby for you. What do you like? What do you like? And don't name a media property.
I like playing piano.
That's acceptable. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I like playing the guitar too.
I like learning Playmaker and streaming.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I like art. I like music. I like making
You
music
can't
on my
just
guitar.
say, "Hey, I'm Nick, 32-year-old male. I like movies and music." It's just the most generic thing. You got to give me something more than that if you're going to be joining in on the make fun of me train.
My name is Rob, and I like to party. Now, Ryan.
Okay, so like down-tuned guitar that sounds specifically like technical death metal.
Never forget who threw the first fucking stone. As we go deeper and deeper into this conversation.
If you want to think maybe something like Periphery or Tesseract, tune the guitar that low. I don't have an 8-string, unfortunately, but that's the kind of sound that I like to make when I want to make a genty
Party.
Yeah, when I want to party.
Right.
Is that specific enough, or would you like me to go further?
I mean, it is still music, but I'll accept it.
He did exclusively say don't name it.
So I can't use music. That's off the table.
I mean, like when you playing guitar, yeah.
I don't like music anymore. Okay, I don't like music.
I mean,
Nah, you don't like music.
Little,
That's true.
I'm being gaslit a little bit, but it's nothing unusual for this show.
I mean, can we also though, in the whole gaslighting situation, can we also talk about who did throw the first stone?
Was it me?
Who did?
That was me, right?
No, I'm pretty sure it was the guy who said, "Well, I'm not a scholar, so I actually."
Oh, that's I insulted the revered. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The canonized.
These are the stones. They're
This is not the stone. The stone was. The stone was. Do you actually
stones.
like anything? And I said, I'm engaging in many pursuits that I enjoy. And
I got 2.
I was mocked, and then the responses came in. I like, this television program.
Nobody said that.
I went a little too generic, unfortunately, so I really botched it up.
I like this genre of media.
All right, we got to name like one specific hobby that doesn't involve a screen of any kind.
No screen.
Right?
Drawing.
Cooking.
Oh, I like hiking. Does that count?
That
Absolutely.
totally counts.
Of course.
Yeah.
I like going to the aquarium.
But then you said it involves.
I don't think that counts.
Why
I can't go to the aquarium?
See,
That's not like
again,
a hobby. That's just
that's
like
not-
a particular activity.
That's something you do like less than 3 times a year, probably.
Yeah, I guess. What if I include museums of all kinds? So like fish museums, art museums, anything that involves looking at things in walls.
Do you go
I'd
to
say
a
that
museum
counts.
once a month or more?
Wow.
I would if I could, but no, I can't.
I would say for
honestly
now
say.
you're an aspirational
Damn it.
museum goer.
Can I say as an aside, I really like the idea of calling aquariums fish museums.
Those are good.
Wait, that's new to you? I never thought of them as anything but that. They're just paintings that move, really.
I mean, it's not wrong, really.
As far as I'm concerned, they're two-dimensional. I don't know what's going on behind that pane of glass.
They very well could be. I mean, I'm not putting my hand in there, right? So
Oh my god, you can launch
they're
over this
fish.
damn wall.
Fish dealerships.
well, you don't buy
It's
the
like a
fish
pet
in the
store,
aquarium.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't buy the fish?
No.
You've been
I'm
buying
sure we
fish.
don't have money. You can buy.
You think you could go to like the
There's no way they
aquarium
would sell you fish.
and buy an orca?
No, like, hear me out. You go to a museum, and they're like, oh, well, if you want this painting, it's just, put in this much money, and maybe we'll send it to your museum. I imagine the fish would work the same way.
I think you've been running into some IRL HC Justins who have been swindling you out of your money.
No!
Did you just watch the Thomas Crown affair or something? Like this is
Justin got me again. First he took my Diablo character, now this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think you can take art from art museums if you're rich enough.
I
You
don't
just-
know
they
if
just
He's not
let you
taking something. It's,
There's no way an aquarium would let
If
you
you're
walk
rich
out
enough,
with a
they
fish
just let
if
you take it.
If you gave them enough money, they would absolutely let you walk out with a
I want
fish.
this jellyfish. I'll give you $100,000 for it. They're giving it to you. Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, they would
yeah,
name
you're
the
right.
jellyfish tank after you from now on out. They'd be so psyched.
So I'm correct in saying all of that. You can take the fish.
I mean,
Yeah, I
I
guess.
don't. I would
don't
love to
know.
see. That's like a new Johnny Knoxville bit. The classic prankster. You'd be like, go to the
Now that he's
Vancouver
rich,
Aquarium, watch the orca show, and then be like, yeah, it looks good. I'll take it.
Yo, that actually would be the greatest next level jackass now that they're all like millionaires. It's just like
Waste their money in stupid ways.
Yeah, like
No
to
way,
see
they're
a
not.
jackass of just like, what can rich people get away with?
Yeah.
I want to
Like, I would-
see an actual, like, real life, punked, indecent proposal.
Okay.
I think you
explain.
also just like described like Bam Margera's life as jackass.
It's like, you know, Indecent Proposal is the movie where, like, Demi Moore is dating, I think, Woody Harrelson, and then I think it's Robert Redford. He's like, hey, I'm very rich. I want to have sex with your girlfriend for $1 million.
Oh,
Would that-
wow.
Would that be okay? And
That is
then,
indecent.
You know, they have it becomes indecent. Yeah, there's some indecent proposals that happen. I don't know what the movie's named after. It all sounds above board to me, as long as they had like a lawyer look at it. But like,
To be honest, it kind of sounds indecent from the get-go if he's asking the boyfriend.
well, you know, it was the '80s, so like,
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
so it's like, you know, I want to see that, but in like real life, and the people don't know they're being filmed, and just like rip the family apart.
Dude, yo, okay, so there was this show that only lasted like 5 episodes. And it was basically the premise of the show was it hooked you up to a lie detector.
Oh, I know what you're.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the idea was they're gonna ask you some like really, you know, home-hitting questions.
Home hitting.
Oh, man.
Right home.
Right, you're right in the home, and seeing if you want to keep going and get more money.
Yeah.
There was one episode where, dude,
They got him right in the home?
they got him right in the home.
No.
Like literally,
This
literally,
one
like,
time?
they got the it is the cringiest episode of television of anything I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it's the one where, as they get further and further up, they're like, hey, if your ex-boyfriend wanted to fuck you behind your current boyfriend's
Yeah.
back, would you let him do it? And she's like, yeah. And then, ding! You know?
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
they
that
get the
was-
boyfriend out and shit too, and it's just like,
Yeah, that was a good one.
it's real
On
bad.
this episode, home gets hit.
But for $1 million,
I think it was called Home Hitters.
every couple would consider it for $1 million.
Oh, we're not gonna do a
think it
typing
was-
race?
It was for like $100,000.
I
That
closed
maybe
it,
not.
You don't want to do a typing race?
Let's do an NLSS version of the
NLSS.
sector.
Anal
NLSS.
asses.
but, I mean, I'm
Hey,
pretty
that-
sure
We just get a lie
not for
detector.
$1 million.
For $1 million?
I mean, first off, it's not up to me.
No, I know. I mean, as a couple, you would make the decision together. Is all I'm saying.
Doesn't
would
seem
you
like a good enough
potentially
value
destroy your
proposition.
marriage for $500,000?
See, that's what I'm getting at. It's see,
that's
I mean,
essentially
if you
what
haven't
you're-
seen
yeah.
Indecent Proposal, like it doesn't end well. They don't get the $1 million and then everything's like happy at that point.
Well, you get 500 up front and 500 at the end.
Then like she starts dating Robert Redford, but it becomes
What's
like
Robert Redford? What do you expect?
it becomes like a
That's a great
whole
point.
thing, and it's anyway. It doesn't work out well for them. I think somebody
Everyone
dies
would
at the
consider
end.
it.
I can't-
Everyone would consider it at least,
I
right?
did see there was like a millennial tweet that was like, I watched Indecent Proposal, and like if somebody asked if they could sleep with my girlfriend for $1 million, this would be my reaction. And it was like a guy holding his girlfriend's legs open.
Oh,
Like
God.
they were training for like yoga or something like that, and it had been taken out of context. But it's like he was holding her heels like out at arm's length. And I was like, that's a funny tweet with some troubling implications. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll be back to play some Quiplash in just a moment.
I like that game.
That's not human trafficking, Chad. Come on.
Oh man.
You're trafficking something else to the human at that
Yeah,
point.
it's sex trafficking.
Yeah.
It's not human
Yeah.
trafficking.
If you think about it, driving to the freaking grocery store is human trafficking.
Man, you're telling me.
Yeah.
If you're
a
in
human
traffic,
who is
you are
6
trafficked.
p.m.
Yeah. What if human traffickers get in traffic?
I don't like this.
Does it cancel out? And
Does they
humans
just
now? does they just cancel out? Can I just be a human?
Justin, have you ever met a doomsday prepper in Florida?
No. I've met no one.
You're so all about this.
No. I mean, I would have no way
no.
of knowing if someone was one. Or
They
not,
would
I guess.
probably tell you in like a matter of seconds.
Yeah, they're like vegans that way.
Making enemies today, huh?
Yeah.
I guess I should speak for myself, really.
I just wanted to, put out a shot, let it fly.
Let it ring out.
Sometimes you gotta. I haven't encountered. Like, I thought I was gonna encounter way more like lunatics.
Yeah.
There's not been too many. There's been a few.
Yeah.
Some funny people.
Are they
Like,
like
all right, So this is. I feel like I had to preface this with like, I'm not trying to be political. A funny thing that I saw, and it was someone wrote on a white sheet, like it looked like clerk style.
White
just
sheet in
said-
the South is not a good way to start.
I'm
a
not going
story.
I'm going to Jason. I'm not going there. And all they wrote on it was Donald Trump, the president of the United States. It's hanging off their garage. and I saw it and I was like, all right. Like, true.
Nailed it.
This is correct. Yes.
And I just want to picture that person.
Standing there after drawing on it with a marker, all proudly, like, yeah, that's right. I am
Well,
correct about this.
He believes that he's triggering the libs as they drive by.
It's
Not my
unusual for real
president.
libs.
He triggered me to have a good smile and a hearty laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Not my president.
We've got a code.
You do have
Oh.
a code.
Yeah.
The code.
Code side.
It's a good code.
It's
Yeah.
not that good.
What are life's 3 greatest pleasures?
Food, sleeping, and masturbation.
Well, I would change masturbation to another one.
Yeah.
Food.
I'm really on a current vibe right now. Rob.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say sex, food, and personal fulfillment.
Action Comics 1,
Nice.
a real nice pen, and some blankets.
To
Ooh.
kill your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women.
This is round 1. 2 prompts will appear on your device, which you
Who
can
hasn't
answer
gone?
any clever or
I mean, that's basically like a Quiplash prompt that you just.
Yeah,
you just-
I know.
Much better Quiplash
Yeah.
prompt than a lot of the ones we
Just waiting for them to give us one, so I thought we'd.
Gotta make a custom Quiplash set, man.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Can you believe that we've been doing this show for so long, and with all the like controversial and incendiary issues we pretend to have no stance on, we've never accidentally said something extremely regrettable?
Well, I mean, I just had my moment today, so
Yeah, that DJ Khaled impression.
I'm
was
still
not
really
great.
sorry.
Yeah.
I mean all the shit I say, you know.
Hi, Hafu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, hello, Hafu.
Hi.
The thing is, though, like, Nick, if you ever get accused of being, like, really racist, what
Yeah.
you should do is just start a podcast and a Patreon.
Okay.
And then that's, like, your
Ooh, is this
escape
topical?
plan.
What's the podcast?
just owning the libs. Taking like one news story out of context that's completely ridiculous and pretending that the entire half of the country that supports that belief acts exactly the same way.
This is gonna help me?
Well, you'll make a lot of money.
Oh.
Kennedy's original speech said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what's love got to do with it, or what you can do for a Klondike bar."
Good
Both
start.
decent. Yeah, good
Yeah.
start.
Yeah, pretty good quality.
Yeah, strong start.
I'm into
Make
it.
a podcast called "What's the Problem." I think Limmy would take issue with that.
I feel shitty about
Yeah.
my answers now.
He tweeted a picture of himself in an orgy of himself the other day, and I felt kind of
Nice.
weird about it.
Wait,
An orgy of himself?
an orgy of him? Did he clone himself and have sex with a bunch of
Well,
copies of
He
himself?
took like 4 pictures in different positions. One of them was him ramming himself in the ass in his hotel room, and he tweeted it. So if you
Yo.
want to see Limmy butt naked, it's on his Twitter.
If you could ram yourself in the ass, would you do it?
Depends. Is it before or after the colonoscopy?
A surprising thing to find stuck to the bottom of your shoe. The lamentations of your women or your sense of purpose.
Yeah, you know, both pretty good. You know,
And Chad is on board with that. Goddamn.
Well, I mean, why not?
I don't think I have a fuckable ass.
You don't think so?
Why do you say that?
It's hairy.
that's
Look,
a
I'm
line
all
for
for
the
self-deprecating
LSS right
humor, but this is a little much.
This is too far. Come on, be nice to yourself. You got a great ass, Ryan.
I have a hairy butthole.
Next in line.
Yeah.
And if I'm fucking my own ass, I don't want to fuck a hairy butt.
That's fair.
That's you actually convinced me. That's
Yeah.
fair.
I know, it's like the fairest statement you could ever make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out.
An unusual special skill to include on your resume. Real good dome or quumming.
Nice, yeah. You know, I mean, like, I've read about people who are flexible enough to suck their own dick,
Yeah.
and most of the time, anecdotally, they say it feels a lot more like sucking a dick than it does getting your dick sucked. You know. So I would imagine if you had a dick long enough to fuck yourself in the ass, it'd probably feel more like you're getting fucked in the ass than you.
No,
fucking
but like,
ass.
see, what I think is that you have people who are bad at sucking dick.
Might be right. I mean, he's got a good point.
What's the best way to suck a dick?
What's
You do that
really what's really in a camel's hump? Depends. Is it a twink or poo?
Yeah.
Barry, you're such an enabler on this stuff.
Vote poo.
Well, you tongue up that hard bit on the shaft, and then you do that little rotator move with
The
your
glands.
Oh, the rotator, yeah.
wrist. Yeah.
And then you grapefruit him.
Yikes.
Then you do the grapefruit. Yeah.
What's the eggplant?
The
I'll tell you
aubergine.
when you're older.
The eggplant is just an emoji that looks phallic.
That's all?
That's why they put it with the 3 drops all the time.
Yeah, it's like a coded conversation. It's a hieroglyph.
I learned
I've
about
thought
this
of
on the
eggplant
news.
recently. That is way too big.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
It's
guy's
not
dick
with
is
that
smaller
attitude.
than an eggplant. Tells me everything I need to know. Most people think Julius Caesar said "Et tu, Brute" when he got stabbed, but what he really said was "What the fuck, Richard?" or "E do, Broody."
I really like E2 Broody. I voted for What the Fuck Richard, but it was before I read E2 Broody.
E2 Broody.
E2 Broody.
Birdie.
Because he was stabbed, he was really in a panic, you know?
He had a lot of
Yeah.
blood in his mouth.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh my God! Got destroyed.
I just really like the What the Fuck Richard video.
Oh, I can't believe you've done this. That would have been good too.
An inventive way to get rid of head lice. Have Superman throw you into the sun, or new head.
Really good answer so far.
Yeah. And Bear, how do you give good head?
What's the difference between "What the fuck, Richard" and "What the fuck, Gavin"? Because I know that one. That's where the guy
What?
makes like he takes a vape hit and then makes like a tornado, and then his friend just blows it away. And then the guy goes,
No, that guy just goes, dude.
no, he goes, "What the fuck, Gavin?" So, Adam, that's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but okay. Well, what the
Adam!
fuck, Richard is like 3, like I want to say they're like 14, and they're playing that frisbee golf game, and he goes to throw it, and he
Oh, I've
just
heard of that.
he just throws it right into like the highway next to him, right into like a car, and his friend goes, "What the fuck, Richard?"
Catch him, Derry!
It is a real good video.
Sounds pretty good.
Now round
Oh,
2,
man.
where all points and bonuses.
I think the best way to give head would probably be to you got to pay a lot of attention to the balls. I think they're the
Yeah,
neglected
put him in a
area.
vacuum.
Underrated feature of a blowjob.
Mhm.
You got to give the grundle a good chundle, you know.
That's right. There's even a rhyme for it.
Fleshy fun bridge.
I don't like these answers at all.
Yeah, I don't like that first one, really.
This stream is offensive to asexuals. Well, looks like I'm starting a podcast about how I can't tell jokes anymore. I almost replied to your tweet today, Justin, with the video you tweeted of ammunition getting verbally
Yeah,
abused
that's
for
right.
being a woman. And I was like, man,
Oh, boy.
all the tweets that I'm going to make are just not going to be taken the right way. I had to stop myself because I was like, hey, this is a really good opportunity for me to make a funny joke here. And then I played the tape forward in my head and was like, nah, dude. Not at all. I just got to keep my mouth shut and like...
Yeah.
Do you
I
find that, like, as you're growing in Twitter following, you're more inclined not to tweet things these
Yes,
days?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
I just tweet dumb shit day in, day out.
Enjoy it.
I tend to be going the other way, actually. I seem
Yeah.
to be more free to tweet things
noticed.
lately.
What the hell does that mean?
Do I make you nervous?
Do
You
I
think
make
I'm
you
gonna
nervous,
erode-
baby?
Never listen to.
Because someone said on Reddit once that I should not be trusted with the NLSS brand, and I was just curious if that's true. Maybe I shouldn't be.
Oh, this hurts.
Wow.
The title of a podcast you would never listen to. Roundtable or Best Way to Own the Libs?
It's gonna hurt a lot more if Ryan put Roundtable on there.
It's a bad name.
Does
That's
that
a
make
bad
you
name.
nervous, baby?
I recently deleted a tweet.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, a month ago. I was like, I made a like a little political joke, and I was like, yeah, people are immediately fighting in the replies. I'm just gonna delete that. It's not worth it.
I think I did see it get deleted. Yeah, I never saw what it originally was.
I forgot what it
Made
was.
me curious, but I guess I won't ask now.
I was just
My
like,
tweet today's getting a
not
little,
worth it.
a little juicy with like 1 or 2 tweets, but
Vote on your
I just
devices.
laugh at them.
A terrible name for a clown. Mr. Cream Pies or Grundle the Taint Burglar?
You can't run off with one of those.
Alright.
I got your taint. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Yeah,
That's Pennywise.
not a fan of that in any way.
Well, I think, and again, this person might be watching the show, but I was tweeting about Doomsday Preppers, which is like my part-time job.
This is
these
like the
days.
5th time.
I know.
You've
And the tweet was basically
I
like,
think we know what Ryan likes.
you know,
actually.
there's like an EMP strike. How are you preparing for it? And they were like, we're teaching our 8-year-old how to shoot an assault rifle. And then I got like 10 tweets that were like, haha. And then one tweet that was like, please don't tweet about politics. I can't escape it anywhere in my life. So of course,
That was me.
I
I'm sorry.
cyber stalked them and I clicked on their Twitter profile and all their fucking tweets are about politics. And I'm like, maybe the problem is just that is with you, not with me making a joke about a child holding a machine that murders people. But like,
Actually, it's not the gun that murders people, Ryan. It's Pete.
I don't.
No, I tend to really like to go to Twitter to avoid politics. That's actually my go-to.
Yeah.
The winner was
Own Justin.
kidnap their family and demand an exchange.
Yeah, why don't the bullets ever get blamed for killing people? It's not the guns that do it, it's the actual bullets.
Toasters don't toast toast. People
Vote on your
toast.
devices.
A weird thing for a preacher to say to end every sermon. Dab on the sinners or I'm out, bitch.
Dab on the sinners.
I would attend that
Someone's
sermon every
probably
week.
said that before in context.
Oh, for
You
sure.
know, you're probably right.
They,
Ah, that's amazing.
Wait.
What does dabbing do? Practically
not-
speaking,
Doesn't do anything.
don't do nothing.
It annoys people who took an online IQ test and put it in their Twitter profile.
Have all of you guys? I still haven't dabbed.
I
Like,
dab.
actually.
I dab
not
all
dabbed.
the time.
No, mine dab
I
is on.
exclusively dab ironically just to make people angry, and it works amazing.
Yeah, it works beautifully. That is true. It's my favorite emote in Fortnite.
Of course, absolutely.
Oh, you mean you dab in Fortnite?
No, I dab in real life as well. The type of life they'll probably find on Mars. Very tiny Elon Musks or cinnamon.
No, I didn't dab on Round Table. I was the one that didn't. I did not
that's
do
not
it.
bad.
You can check the tape.
I like dabbing.
Do you?
This is
Yeah. It's like giving a thumbs up or something like that.
No.
Is that like if I asked you what other things do you like, would you say I like dabbing?
Though I mean that would be like 100.
That's too generic. That's not specific enough. I said music. That wasn't good, so why does dabbing count?
Dabbing is very specific.
Next one.
No, it's an expression of emotion, just like music
It's
is.
a,
very
it's a
generic.
four-dimensional way to place your arms.
Four-dimensional?
The fourth dimension is a
Go through
quaternion.
time?
I didn't hit the fucking enter button. And I'm
That's good. 'Cause my answer was terrible.
What was your answer?
A nice pillow.
No, what was your answer, Justin?
I had the letter F in there and couldn't think of something. And then couldn't hit the enter button in time.
That might have been better than a nice pillow.
It probably would have was.
I have a question. If you fire a gun into a
Oh boy.
like a wind, that like an extremely like an air tunnel, you know, the wind tunnels. If you fire it into one blowing back at you, can the wind be strong enough to stop the bullet so it just falls, like falls down and just drops?
In real world terms, absolutely not.
Well, no, it could. It just is like math at that
Yeah,
point.
it would,
You
that's
just
what I
like
mean.
it would, the
force on
wind would have to be
bullet.
blowing like 4,000 miles an hour or something like that.
Like, what if you could have a bulletproof chest where like it just excretes this tiny little beam of wind that's so strong the bullet can
As
never
soon as you
get through?
tried to hold out the gun, your arm would just snap off of your torso.
Well, maybe that would work too.
Man, I did not play my audience on this one. I just hope the people that get it appreciate what I put, is all I'll say.
How do you feel about ventriloquism?
Hate it.
Hate it?
really, really.
Only
dumb.
form of comedy I despise.
Not
Man.
big on it. Yeah.
That's a thing.
Is it just because of Jeff Dunham?
Yes.
Like exclusively because of him?
Yes.
Something you wouldn't expect a Ouija board to say. I'm dead, bitch. Let me sleep. Sup. It's true. Sup, ASL. Yanny. Or Made by Milton Bradley.
2 people went for
3
sup, huh?
votes coming to Yanny.
Laurel.
It's funny too because I almost put Yanny.
I hear Kofefi.
Laurel.
Hey, we're not supposed to go political here.
Don't go political on us now.
Is that me?
That was you.
Oh, you're welcome. For those of you in chat, you're welcome.
What's UKF?
You see, it's a Smash joke. It's
Oh.
a version of Melee that is like, it changes the way the controller is inputted or something, and people think that it causes more phantoms, but it actually doesn't. But there's a meme about it. It's called. Don't worry about it. It's really complex, and it was really just for those people.
What's
Thank
a
you.
phantom?
Thank you for cutting
Phantom
that off.
hit is when you hit someone and their hit doesn't register. It's rare, but it happens.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It told me I voted for Austin, but I absolutely didn't.
I thought a phantom hit is when you put ice in the bong so it feels like you didn't breathe in any at all.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh man.
A lot of bong rips.
Yanny.
Dude, it's May.
Laurel.
Why isn't weed legal in Canada yet? I thought it was supposed to happen on 420 for maximum meme potential.
That would be great.
They're really dragging their heels on this one.
I'm surprised it's not like legal in Canada.
I mean, there's like there's billions of dollars in stores that are just open and you can buy from, I guess.
That's what I mean. Like,
I've been
that's
told
why
by
it's-
many non-cop friends of mine that you could just walk into any dispensary with cash and receive some, but
That's sort of what I'm getting at, man.
Oh, it's July 18th.
Ah, happy July 18th, everybody. Blaze it.
Well, thank you very much, Theme.
It's not legal in the
do it for
Netherlands.
718.
I thought you had like coffee shops where
Well, that's everybody,
19-year-old
I guess.
tourists
Have
go and
fun
get baked as hell.
that's where I can see them.
Well, you know, recently, like a
Time
couple
for
days
round
ago,
one.
the mayor of New York,
Based
Bill
on
de
the percentage of
Blasio,
people who
said,
like your
"Hey,
answer.
cops,
Bonus
stop
if you get
arresting
more
people
votes
for
than your
weed."
opponent. Go.
Doesn't really mean anything legally, but he said it for some reason.
Washington State is also vacating all weed charges for the last like 5 years or something.
Ah,
Cool.
It's not that cool.
It's pretty cool, man.
I mean,
Sucks to be you
what
if
if
you
I
got to-
murder somebody and I just hope that murder becomes legal in the next 5 years? Like, aren't we sending the wrong message to criminals?
Yeah, you know what? You're right about that. I didn't think about it that way.
Oh no. That was a bad one. I'm sorry.
This one is just make fun of the South, huh?
oh, I'm with you on that one.
Gotcha.
I'm-
Gotcha.
I'm so mind flooded. I can't answer
like,
this.
yeah, this is hard because I want to make a reference, but it'll make me seem really bad.
Do what you want.
What you do is you pick one of our names and then you put that in a colon, so it looks like we're saying it.
I'm gonna run out of time. I'm just gonna.
Oh my
this
God.
is gonna be a
You had like
terrifying-
40 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, that's-
An unusual theme for a kid's lunchbox. Jesus dabbing on a sinner or self-defense?
Yeah, that is unusual.
just by the way, just pick Nick's answer on mine because it's bad. Like it's not even like funny bad. It's just
bad,
good.
bad.
Yeah, it's just not good. It's nothing good about it. Oh,
Yeah?
you know.
He was just doing a witch doctor reference.
Oh. Okay, I've crowdsourced this joke. I've got 7 lulls now, so I think it's acceptable to tell. Kratos walks into a gas station and walks to the ice freezer. The attendant walks up and asks what he's looking for. Kratos says, "I need to buy Frost."
You remember like 2 hours ago, I said when you make your own setup for the punchline, it's the worst kind of humor ever made, combined with video game humor.
I like to tell my jokes because I think it's fun.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't spank you right now. I don't have a good enough ass.
What, me?
I
Oh.
don't have a fuckable ass.
Damn it. They're the same thing.
Also, you said mixing video games with sex. Actually.
Oh, yeah, y'all just like the curse words, huh? I see how it is. I just say the fuck word all the time. That's what'll get votes.
You see this comedian over here? He doesn't have to curse in order to make you laugh.
I like that.
That's what I like about him. He's clean. He's friendly to the kids.
There's Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, and Hufflepuff, but what's the Hogwarts house few have ever heard of? Sniggledorf or Publishers Clearinghouse?
Publishers Clearinghouse is good, but it's hard to compete with Sniggledorf.
You aren't actually gonna spank me, right?
I was thinking about it. Have you been a bad boy?
Okay, stop.
Yeah. Yes, I have.
That's one of those shows, huh?
If you say the word boy pussy bear taffy, I will die happy. There you go. I got it.
Thor's brother walks into a clothing store.
Oh, what did
Really?
you do?
Publishers Clearinghouse is what
They
really
s-
resonated
they said,
with Jack.
"Sir, can I help you with something?" He says,
Yeah.
"Yes, I'm looking for something not flashy. I want to be low key."
Oh!
What makes
Well done.
hot dogs taste so good? The bones or Lenny face?
I'm buying you a drink after that for that joke. That was a good one.
Hmm. You, sir, have won the internet.
I'd love to see a new play. So you made your own setup.
I did indeed. Wow, Lenny Face lost.
And next is
Thor's
the most
brother
popular t-shirt
locked
slogan in
into
Mississippi, probably.
a locksmith. Stop me.
Okay, stop.
The most popular t-shirt slogan in Mississippi, probably. Here's how to spell our state name, or stupid libs.
It's stupid. Everyone knows how to spell Mississippi.
MISSI,
It's the only name of like the complicated names that everyone knows how to spell. You'd spell Tennessee for me. That's the one.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Massachusetts.
It's got PP
dude.
in it.
That's why it's so
Yeah.
insulting that they don't know how to spell it.
You know what's a fucked up state name is Hawaii.
Hawaii.
It really looks like it should just be said like Hawaii.
Hawaii!
Isn't it a different language?
Not anymore.
Next up,
A great brand name for extra large condoms. Hogschlong or Roberts.
Wow. Rob, you're muted.
Oh, you're right. I am.
Yeah.
Aren't I? All right.
Got you.
I was
I had a
gonna-
feeling you'd have something to say about
You
this.
you came into that mad. So I don't know what you were saying.
Well, I was a couple of things. I was a little bit mad that Publishers Clearinghouse resonated with chat better than Sniggledorf.
I voted for it. Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, that's I'm sure there's a timely reference. Everybody loves Publishers Clearinghouse. And then also they.
Okay, I feel the need to defend myself. It's not like Sniggledorf is clever. It just sounds like weird.
Yeah, you're fair.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sounds
But,
a little weird.
Then also, the one that was voted up was Stupid Lips. Come on now. It's just a terrible answer. I should.
I got 0 points.
You're mad they voted for yours?
Yes, I should be. I should punish me.
Maybe I should go into the B-Rex Club.
Punish
No.
me, chat.
It was a poor effort on both of our parts, I would say.
That was the easiest answer of all time. Like 0.5 seconds. I love those.
Just get the belt out, chat, and
Do you guys keep up with the discourse?
No.
Just in general?
I mean, like, what the fuck are you talking about, first of all?
You know, the discourse.
That was actually very clever. Yeah, what are you? I want to know actually what discourse.
I mean, like the discourse. Do you guys keep
Of
up
what?
with it? You know, the people are the goings and comings of
Still
Of the
enough.
world at large?
yeah, the world at large.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
watched the Philip DeFranco show.
Oh no. Radical centrist identified.
Be a radical centrist.
no.
You just go deeper, I guess.
But you can't.
You go east or west or deeper.
I guess like the deepest centrist would be a person who's catatonic.
Maybe that's where the deep state is, under the centrists.
That's such a. That's a very interesting thing to consider.
The worst charity. Save the rich or save the rich. That's Bear and Justin. The jinx there.
All right. Yeah.
3 real.
Okay, next one.
I think there's
I agree. A unique way to escape from prison. Convince them it's not a prison or cheetahs.
Oh!
I would love to watch Darren Brown break out of prison. Not bake out of prison until July 18th anyway. And by just convincing the guards it was no longer a prison.
Yeah. This isn't a jail. Why would you be wasting your time at a prison?
It's like that scene in The Prestige where he drops the ball and the guards all laugh at him, and then really he handcuffed the guard to the table.
Hey, got him, man. I didn't even know.
A prison is actually a sociological construct if you think about it.
Yeah, but it also has like iron bars.
Horrible pickup line.
Iron bars.
Very true,
Right, but if the people who guard the people in behind the bars don't function as the guardians,
how many millibars?
how many millibars until Albert Einstein?
A horrible pickup line.
This is crazy.
Hey, are you an angel? Cause holy shit, haha. Or Jordan Peterson says you owe me a hand job.
Oh
They're
man!
both really good. That first one's fucking hilarious.
Oh jeez!
Look. Being taken out of context.
You bill, bro?
Are you in it? Because holy shit.
Next one. A prank the Supreme Court justices
A
probably
prank
play
the
on each
Supreme
other.
Court justices probably play on each other. Telling each other it's Alt F4 to cast a vote, or put some itching powder on those robes.
Oh yeah, that's quality.
They're going
So
to cut
not-
off your head, mañana. I saw it in chat. I had to read it.
I mean, it's a timely reference. Good old laser mission. There's some real good moments in Abraxas Parish.
Yeah, Braxis is real good.
Dude, that Alt F4 was extremely great.
It was a good joke. That was quality.
I like that you didn't have enough space, but you went for it anyway.
Next in line.
A
Even
rejected
hyphenated.
name for tater tots. Tater squats or potato pellets.
Devices.
It's not a bad name.
Similar direction.
Titter tats.
Chitter tats?
Yeah. I need some titter tats.
Toter Tates.
Potentates.
Tater
I coded
tots.
Teeter Tits.
Tootin' toots.
Chubby fries.
Hey. Good one.
Tater boys.
Head booby?
Absolute worst moment.
The absolute worst moment for a bird to poop on you. Mouth open to the pouring rain, or when you're trying to poop on it.
Damn. I'd watch that homeless show. It'd be amazing. What would be like the Kama Sutra position of you trying to poop on a bird, but it manages to poop on you?
You'd be trying to poop on each other's asses.
So the bird would poop in your ass?
It's
I
like a
think they're
really
just
big
smoosh
bird.
into each other.
So you need to be on a plane. How are you getting above the bird?
Oh, it's on the ground.
Birds don't have to be flying, Nick.
It's a penguin.
Wait, you're telling me they can land?
Yeah, they sleep while flying like sharks.
Let's see what happens.
Also, there's no plural to shark. It's just
Like shark.
Like shark.
Yeah, like shark.
I got points.
You did get points. You actually
And
moved
now
up
round three, the
into
last
fifth.
Lash.
Oh my
Your
God.
Values are tripled, and you'll all be
From
answering
0.
the same prompt this time.
Ooh,
Our
baby!
prompt
It's
is-
really nice that chat keeps reminding us how to play Codenames.
A good puck replacement if they run out of... Excuse me. I was reading that. A good puck replacement if they run out of pucks in a game of hockey.
Got it. Easiest answer of my life. Wasn't even hard. When's the last time you guys had tater tots?
Within the last
The
week.
other day. Yeah.
Really? You guys are up on the tater tot world.
I went to a restaurant and they offered tater tots as an upsold
All right,
substitution, and I opted in
Vote with your
because it's
vote.
been
Yeah.
a good month.
What a baller.
Now you can treat yourself.
A good puck replacement if they run out of pucks in a game of hockey. Libs, just DoorDash some more pucks. Fucks, a Tic Tac, trash, or AOL installation disk?
Yeah. You know, actually, I think I might have an AOL installation disk in my room.
Yeah, you do.
I think I do.
How do you know that, Nick?
They hang around whether you want them or not.
Yeah.
We one time back in the day, we brought like a stack of 50 of them to my church gym and just threw them up in the air and shot them with a BB gun.
Oh, nice.
Many questions. First question.
Yeah.
Church gym.
Church gym, yeah.
Your
Yeah,
church- your
that's
church
Very
has a
common
gym.
thing when you're a Mormon.
Huh.
Every
Do you-
church has a gym in it.
Do you at
And a bill.
mass? Do you work out, or is it like
s-
if you're
like, okay,
if you're a member
let
of
me
the
ex-
congregation, can you go there for free? Is there a membership fee?
So it's not like weightlifting gym, it's like a basketball court because every single Mormon plays basketball.
Utah Jazz,
That's like it's a weird
Hey.
thing we do. We're all Mormons that play ball, and like you can see like YouTube videos of missionaries that can dunk. Like it's a weird phenomenon.
Okay, secondary question, Bear. Do Mormons also have re-education camps?
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, I was making that as a joke.
I know.
But,
yeah.
like-
That was too real, Rob.
That was really.
That's the end. Let's
The
see
one I went to when I was a
Overboard.
kid had an actual weightlifting gym, and you ever see Jesus on the crucifix? He's ripped as fuck. And they're like, you gotta be like Jesus, which means be ripped as fuck. Lift
He's
weights.
really more toned.
Be yourself.
I
He's
really
ripped
like
as
the
shit.
idea of like jacked missionaries.
Dude, they can fucking they will dunk on your bitch ass.
Hey, you got a second to talk about the Lord, bro?
You try to close the door, they put their hand in it.
Yeah.
and you're like,
This is the game.
They just punch through.
Whole lives have been
No, but, like, you got a minute.
Don't ruin it.
Not doing it.
Oh man.
This is
Some
round
missionaries
one.
came by. Well, they didn't actually come by my house, but they were on my street yesterday.
They're called
And,
sub-missionaries because they make you submit.
I was gonna invite them in and see if they wanted to play God of War, because I think that's the right thing to do. I think when Mormon missionaries come by, like give them a chance to participate in the real world again.
Yeah,
And
give 'em a
stuff that they
sacrilegious video
probably
game.
enjoy. Yeah, I'm
Dude,
serious.
Someone in my chat during God of War was like, how fucked up would it be if, like, in the next God of War game, Kratos just, like, murders Jesus Christ?
I want that! I actually had that same
I was
discussion.
like, that would be a very bold decision.
He just tears them in half.
Crushes his skull with his own crucifix or something
Yeah!
like that. That's
Through the
not
eyes.
overly violent. Kratos does that all the time. He's just, like, wrecking people with enormous structures.
Oh man. No bullshit. When me and my friends were younger, we had a bunch of Mormons approach us and say if they beat us in a game of 21, we have to listen to them preach,
That's
and
great.
they beat our ass.
Oh no!
They will too.
They
I'm
hustled you!
serious.
We're not like a normal Mormon. We're like cool Mormons.
We're balling Mormons.
And the thing about church ball too is it's like one of the most violent and
Church
vicious
ball.
sports.
I know. I
It's
love
like,
how it has its own term. Church ball.
Let's
I thought you said it was an
I
ambitious
totally
sport.
lost my answer here because I was talking about this. But like,
they
they get so angry and like you'll hear more curse words in a church ball game than like on a Navy ship. It's ridiculous.
Oh come on.
Sorry, Austin.
You never know when you're going to need insurance.
You never know when you're gonna need insurance. You could wake up tomorrow and someone crash your car that you rented out, or be fucking dead.
Yeah. Well, then you wouldn't wake up. Right?
I know it's part of the goddamn joke, Rob. Okay.
This is sort of philosophical circular reasoning shit we got.
We don't need to be worried about philosophical circular reason for a goddamn quiplash. Mostly it was the F word I thought would get people because that's what I learned from the last round of
I
answers.
mean, you're right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it worked.
Hey, look
There
at
you go.
that.
People love the fuck. Yeah. They,
It wasn't the fuck. It was just better.
Okay, next
That
one.
too.
It
Yeah.
was just that I didn't like the person who submitted the other prompt.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez. Take it to the next level, huh?
The worst theme for a pinball machine. Swole Mormons or George Bush mission accomplished? Man, these are actually both really fun to picture.
I enjoy that.
Like Chippendales style layout, but just Mormon boys wearing shirts and ties.
She's really honed in on the word boys.
Yeah, just kind of went right for that one. That's what got you.
Mormon strippers, it's like giving me a weird mental picture of like two extremely white guys who have their shirts tucked in despite not wearing any pants. It's like the shirt
into
is
their whitey
tucked
tighties,
into
right?
their legs.
It's voting time.
It's freaking me out, man. Invent a holiday that you think everyone would enjoy. Literally any excuse for a 3-Dow weekend or try not day.
I voted for that just because it said Dow.
I did as well, yeah.
Absolutely.
All about the Dow, yeah.
I think maybe the Buddhist gods would be better than Christian Jesus for God of War, because there's 8 of them, and there's an actual war god called Begtse from Mongolia. There's also a conqueror of death named Yamantaka. So, like, this feels like the kind of stuff Kratos loves to rip apart.
Does like tearing things.
What
Like a
doesn't Kratos like to rip
8-armed
apart?
blue elephant.
And next, why
Just
are
go to
geese
fucking
such
town.
jerks?
That's a
Are
lot
they?
of arms to it.
I mean, hey, hear me out. If Hinduism and Buddhism are on the table, Christianity should be on the table too.
Yeah, no, we all.
Oh, no, I'm not
agree.
saying it shouldn't be. I just think this is more likely because there's more gods.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's all.
Why
These are
are
good
geese
answers.
such jerks? They got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Or have you considered they're having a bad day?
I didn't see that coming. Oh, I'm seeing spots. I breathed in too hard.
Oh, it lost. That's a good one too, though.
Oh, all them teeth.
Yeah, all them keep in no
Next
toothbrush.
one. What do you want your
What do you want
gravestone
your
Mama
gravestone
said-
to read? He liked to party?
Vote on
Or
your
what do you
devices.
want on your tombstone?
That's really good.
I don't get it, actually.
I don't get it.
I don't
Personally.
understand.
It's like, you know, how, like when they're naming the baby, it's like, hey, what do you want to name the baby? What do I want to name the baby? All right, that's a weird name, but here you go. That's the name of your baby now.
I was actually just referencing the commercial for
the
Tombstone
commercial,
where they
yeah,
said,
yeah.
"What do you want on your tombstone?" As a pizza.
Oh, I thought that. Okay, so I read into it completely differently.
Your
I was
version's
with
fine
you.
too.
I was with you, man. I was,
To each their own, you know.
we find humor in our own ways.
I'm happy I denied the Quiplash. Because I still haven't been convinced. The explanation didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
That's
Well, you know what? You're not the
Like-
fucking gatekeeper of comedy,
Well, in
okay?
this case, I am.
Try our own damn jokes.
You know what, Bear? When you said "fuck" in that sentence, it made me laugh.
Yeah, right. It works.
It's now time for round 2. Everything is
It's
worth
now time for
doubling,
round 2.
twice
All
as
point
much.
values are doubled, including winner bonuses. Just curious, in case like anybody in chat has never seen Quiplash before, I thought I would explain the rules for you.
I mean, I don't think they know what it is, considering none of them are in the voter booth that you need to be in to vote. Go to the thing, join the audience, jackbox.tv. There's a code up there, YHFH. You should type it in.
Okay. I'm gonna be the only one that finds my answer, and I'm excited.
I'm always sad when I answer very quickly and then I'm like, those weren't that great.
Yeah. I feel you, man.
I had so much time.
Yeah, just kill a bunch of frail popes.
Ryan, did you watch Agretsuko yet?
No.
Okay.
Is that the Netflix thing?
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
check again on Monday when Hafu's here.
She sent me a Skype message last night and said, I'm reminding you to watch Atsuko by Monday. And I said, I will.
Okay.
I said,
Will
I
you
will,
guys-
ha ha ha.
Isn't that last morning for Hafu?
What?
What?
And then she streams through the night until
What?
Oh!
Okay, here we go.
The best part about being Donald Trump. Eating McDonald's 3 times a day, or the fucking and grabbing.
Only because this came out like 3 or 4 years ago, didn't it? This Quiplash. They really prepared for the future on this one.
They did.
Oh, we're playing off like the first party pack?
This is 2,
Second,
I think.
yeah,
Two.
second party.
Okay.
When did
Oh
that-
no, I had it on 3.
We've been doing that for like months.
I've been in the wrong category this
It
whole
has way
time.
better prompts than
Shit.
Yeah.
Don't report me.
Chad, you really let me down on this one.
Hey, the F word. It worked.
People really like that hyena character from that show. You play that much.
Come up with a bad tourism slogan for the Old Faithful Geyser. It fucking blows, or Old Faithful, big loads.
F word's gonna get it.
I got one. I got one. Got at least one.
Hey, you guys heard about the updates to my privacy policy? Would you like
Oh,
an update?
well, you're gonna need to email those to
I'm
me.
gonna go ahead and send that out. Yeah, just make sure you're staying informed with my privacy.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's over on the 25th, so a couple
That's
more
when I'm
days.
gonna get all of them, though, right? Because everyone's pushing it off till the
They're-
last day.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little panicky today, honestly. I got like 5 or 6 of them this morning.
I tweeted a joke about getting those emails, and I had one person who's definitely European. They tweeted me and were like, "Sorry, in Europe, we care about something called consumers' rights, which you wouldn't understand as an American."
Wow!
And I was like, "Wow,
As an
amazing.
American.
Everything you just said was wrong." You probably
Dude,
shouldn't
actually-
hire a moving company called Steal Yo Shit or Camel Towing.
That's pretty good.
Why would you hire a towing company to move?
You've already made your first mistake.
You gotta tell all your camels. So I opened Crusader Kings 2 the other day, and they had a new EULA that was like, "Hey, yeah, so we're gonna track your location data, purchase history." And it's like, I'm playing a game about,
Yeah.
like, I'm playing a map game. What are you tracking my location data for?
A secret to being a great kisser. Teeth, or, I'm just gonna let you know, Justin, I was riding more teeth. And more teeth would have destroyed teeth. It's like a mathematical relationship.
I just want to say also, I did camel towing, and that is a real company. So,
good.
just so you know.
Oh.
Surprising first words for your baby to speak. P equals NP or fuck votes please.
Don't do it, chat.
What fuck?
I have a
Don't
very,
do it.
Fuck.
I have a very bad, overly long, self-indulgent joke I need to do about Rob talking about his end user licensing agreement.
Ooh, okay.
EU, EU, EULA. E is the way to say it.
Yeah, I like it.
And that's enough. It doesn't have to go.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Ah, it betrayed me. Why? I thought.
Wow.
Sure.
Chat, come on.
Next in line,
A new word for
the-
people that drive too slow in the fast lane. God fucking damn it, move you fucking ass fuck shit or snail people.
That's gotta win, right? That's
I
like
mean,
tripling down on the fuck.
I want to vote for the fuck, but also snail people's.
I love snail people.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a new word either.
It tickles me inside.
It's just 2 old words.
Yeah, I didn't really read that very well, to be
You got
honest.
5 friends that all love you, and you're talking to chat. We're trying to have conversations with you.
It's just, I have like a really good brain. And like the conversation here is like, the conversation here is doing good stuff, but it's like there's a whole nother like 70%
really gotta
processing
engage.
power that I could use with chat as well.
Multi-threading.
Exactly.
Would you say you have the best words?
Oh, there it is.
Not responding to
was
any
it the-
Donald Trump references because my clever Donald Trump answer lost. So I'm abstaining for now.
Gets the same one single prompt this time. Your prompt is
Yeah, did a door
the worst
open or a
excuse
chair
for showing
die,
up
or
late to work.
It's kind of
Did a chair
die?
yeah, a chair exploded? Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and double down on this one.
I'm a stable penis.
Dab on the sinners from Cat is pretty good on Twitter.
Or is it cat dabs?
Cat Drew.
Aw, kitty dabs.
Dabbing priest.
Does he say dab on the sinners?
Yeah.
Oh god.
You got 1 second. Okay.
Time to take a look. Give out your votes.
The worst
now.
excuse for showing up late for work. Snail people. No answer. I fucked Donald Trump. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. This isn't actually work, so I'm not late. Or you didn't want to be there.
That's not fair. You can't have snail people. I didn't authorize it.
I gave 3 votes to snail people.
Oh, god damn it!
I'm
gotta
really
ask.
happy because I beat snail people, and now I might win with snail people.
No!
He's perfect.
Yo,
size.
hang on. No answer is an answer. That is the worst excuse for showing up late.
That would be pretty bad.
That is why I didn't answer. Thank you for realizing.
That's brilliant move. That's so
How
next
smart I
level,
am.
Justin.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
it's incredible.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
what if
can't
you're-
vote for it. Well, that's fucked then. All right.
What if your boss just came in to chew you out about being late and you just pretended he wasn't there?
Oh.
You didn't want to be there, got 5 votes. Oh.
Yeah, or you were Darren Brown, and you convinced him that you were the boss.
Stacy's the boss. Oh, wait, no. Who's
Better
the boss? Angela? I think Angela's the boss.
Yeah, I've never seen the show because I'm not 100.
Wow.
I haven't seen the show, but I've seen Community, which references the show.
Oh.
Let's go.
Snail people. Extremely big victory.
Yeah.
I really hate that.
Now for the final scores.
Oh man, that's quality.
Have you guys seen Community?
I
watched a
watched
couple
the first
episodes
season.
on an airplane once.
Mm-hmm. I like that show quite a
I've
bit.
seen the first few episodes of it.
I also thought it was a good show.
Yeah. I stopped watching after the first season, not because I disliked it, but because I just didn't watch it anymore.
You should continue watching it.
I heard it actually kind of goes downhill after the first season.
The first and second season are definitely the best, and then I think it's the 4th season that they like to pretend doesn't exist, actually, because like they thought it was pretty bad too. So yeah, maybe you'd be good like stopping at season 3, but I don't know.
Does it do one of those things where like the main actor left, so one of the supporting cast becomes the main character, but nobody likes them as much as the original main character?
They they had Donald Glover, right?
Yeah.
Pardon me. They had Donald Glover, who was a main part of it. He was Troy, and he left, I think, in season 4.
No, the main character was Joel.
Yeah, but no, he didn't leave. He's in the show the whole time. But like Troy Barnes is like the reason a lot of people watched the show because it's fucking Donald Glover. And when he left, they brought in the dude from Breaking Bad.
Wait, hold on.
I know, yeah, no, it's quite the turn.
Which guy from Breaking Bad?
See if you can guess which guy from Breaking Bad they
When
brought
you
in,
say
because you're
the
gonna be
guy from
surprised.
Breaking Bad, it implies Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and it's not Bryan
Mike
Cranston.
Ehrmantraut?
Yeah, it's Mike Ehrmantraut.
Yeah, Mike Ehrmantraut.
They brought in Mike Ehrmantraut on Community, and it's quite the character for the show. That much I can say.
Contentious opinion. I think Mike Ehrmantraut might be the second coolest character in Breaking Bad.
That is
Yeah.
contentious.
Did you
Yeah,
say
he's definitely
controversial opinion?
I said contentious.
Fair.
Okay, what were you ready to crucify me over there?
I don't think you can have a contentious opinion about Mike Ehrmantraut unless you're like, he's an old piece of shit.
Wait, is that his name or is that the actor?
No, that's the character.
Everybody loves Mike Ehrmantraut.
Okay, everyone, vote
Yeah.
for your favorite.
Well, he's my number one.
Yeah.
Oh, Jonathan Banks. Yeah, that's his name.
The Lost Hemingway book. The Old Man and the Older Man, or The Old Man and the Much Younger Man.
All right, yeah. It's,
I don't think you're both of them.
It's my favorite book series.
The Man of Various Ages series.
Can this just be a jinx? Can we set an auto jinx?
Vote for a jinx.
Wow, it was very close in voting, too.
Oh no! Hey, older man.
Nice.
Hey!
All right, that's older man. Yeah, that's the direction I'm headed. So I like that one.
Come up with the name of a country that doesn't exist. China or Garfield?
Yeah. It's a
I
tough
think
one.
Garfield Gina.
Oh yeah, I'm into that.
Ooh.
I don't know why I felt compelled to say just now I want to stuff it in Garfield's gina. Like, why would I want to say that? What compels me to have that thought?
Yeah. No, I feel
No,
it.
I don't blame you, actually.
Yeah.
I once asked what you would put in a truck, so you know.
This is a literal 50-50. Exactly equivalent votes.
Is that possible?
Well, yeah, Rob, if you have an even number and you divide it by two.
It's voting time.
A good sign that you may be a ghost. Got a ghost dick? Or you keep getting busted.
I think it might be a ghost. Hang on, let me check. Oh, yeah,
like-
no, definitely. I guess it's a ghost dick.
I'd like to vote for both.
Oh man.
This has been a good quip.
Mm.
Been a good round of quippers.
Is voting for both as good as voting for neither?
Yes.
I mean, one exercises your right and one doesn't.
Oh, this guy.
Bust to make me feel good.
That might be the best answer to get Quiplash. And I know it's
Yeah,
my answer,
yeah.
but
It was good.
Got a ghost stick.
And
Can
next,
ghosts jerk off?
group activity at a real
Do they
life
have
summer camp.
ghost semen?
What do they reproduce to? More ghosts?
Maybe they make more ghosts. Maybe they make a living being.
What
Every
if-
time a ghost fucks, someone dies.
That's what I
Someone
was
gets
gonna say.
impregnated?
Every time a ghost comes, a life is stripped from this world. You know, when people were like, "Oh my God, it was so sudden. Like he was just there and then he was dead." That's
When
a
I
ghost
heard the
busted a
sound of
nut.
some ethereal moaning while he died. It was very strange.
So there's no Grim Reaper, there's just some ghost getting their chains rattled.
it was kind of hot, though.
I think it was dead cold.
Coming up next.
The real reason the dinosaurs died. Gun violence, or they were dumb as hell.
Dude, next round, this would have been Ghost Orgy and Ghost Orgy.
Yeah. So that's actually what the Black
Yo.
Plague was, a ghost orgy.
But
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time a human being busts a nut, it kills a ghost.
Oh my god!
It's an eternal war.
Wait, so that's
It
why
is the nut warfare.
we're clearly in the lead here.
Yeah, we're crushing.
How do you know how many ghosts there are?
I'm doing my
if you're
part.
busting one nut a day and there's 7 billion people on the planet,
What else does a ghost have to do but bust nuts all day?
That's
what else do we have to do but bust nuts?
Oh, let's go,
We have to
Rob.
talk about video games on the internet.
Animals with the faces still on them.
A good name for a restaurant that serves animals with the faces still on them. Owning the libs or adult animal crackers.
It's been a constant today.
What a lib ownership.
Fuck the libs.
The only way to stop a bad ghost with a nut is a good ghost with a nut.
Hell yeah.
We
This
need
made
to
me tear up way too
teachers
many
hand
times.
jobs.
God, I can see Thanos killing a ghost.
I hope they remember you.
I still haven't seen Infinity War, but whenever
Spoilers?
Whenever anyone impersonates Thanos, it just sounds like Kylo Ren.
Remember you.
What does that sound like?
It's me, Thanos.
Oh my god.
He doesn't want to take over the world, Barry. He's a more nuanced villain than that.
I'm gonna take over the whole universe. I'm Thanos. I've got some
Very
serious ambitions.
He has a very particular thing he wants, and he will stop at nothing.
I'm Thanos. I got a big old dick. Look at me. Look at me. Look at my swinging dick, though.
Thanos is actually an old Southern man.
Dang old Avengers, man. Stop me bringing dang old balance of the universe, man. I shouldn't have written my first one.
Oh boy.
No, it's just really sad. It's not even like offensive, it's just people are gonna be like, oh, I remember that. That was a really sad story.
Oh man.
That's what the song's about. Bustin' makes me feel good.
Yeah.
It's about the war.
The Great War.
The war that no one knew was being waged.
The Nut War rages on in the underworld.
Oh, got it. Okay. That was
Okay, here we go.
really cutting it close.
Our first prompt is
Something it's not a good idea to put in the overhead bin on an airplane. Snakes or your dog?
Okay, pick your favorite.
Oh, yeah. No.
Both true.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Yeah,
That happened. Why'd you say that? Man, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a real thing?
That really happened.
Recently.
It was a, yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't want to even talk about it.
It's
We're
fine.
gonna let's
If-
turn on a dime.
If all dogs go to heaven,
Oh boy.
is it that those dogs are masturbating to kill the
Yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
I'm into it.
No problem.
I'm sick of this. No, hold on. Presenting new ideas. I'm sick of this undertone in the chat that you get to play around with. This is nonsense.
Don't be mad.
You mean
because I
Ryan
type
under-
quickly.
Yeah, he's got a whole undercurrent of his own making going on.
Ridiculous.
It's multi-threaded comedy. You wouldn't understand. What Michelangelo said is he chiseled David's penis. Sick or cowabunga? Look at this hog.
Shit, I want to take my vote back.
That's pretty good. Cowabunga.
I voted for sick.
I did too.
I want to retroactively delete the actual artists and replace them with instances of the actual Ninja Turtles in real life.
Next in line.
You mean like Leonardo d'Anchovy?
Sure.
The best cure for a hangover. Keep drinking until you black out, or a hung under.
Nice.
All right, yeah, I'm into it.
Love it.
Wouldn't the Ninja Turtles' last name be Splinter?
Do you think
Who did
that
Splinter fuck
wait,
to make them?
yeah, this was my exact question. Who do you think
April
Splinter
O'Neil?
fucked?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Splinter is a
It's-
rat.
Yeah, he's right.
How does a newswoman and a rat make turtles?
But he is their. He might not be their biological fathers.
Correct.
But he's their adopted father.
There's a chance. I mean, it's not a big one, but
we are talking about turtles that are mutants that have become ninjas, trained by this rat.
The name of a new cologne inspired by celebrity chef Guy Fieri. Bam or Chicane Grise.
Yeah, both all right.
Yeah.
You gotta respect like the legwork that goes into finding the Exante Goo key.
You had to Google
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Or did you just like go with the alts plus letter combo that you somehow know?
I gotta say though, Bam is not his word.
I know,
It's
that's
Emerald
the point.
Lagasse.
Emeralds.
Emerald Lagasse.
That is the joke. Yes.
What's
Okay.
wrong though is Emerald Lagasse is the one who says bam.
Do you know about Emerald,
He
Rob?
says let's kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
I've heard of this guy.
So I can't vote for it. It's factually inaccurate. So
You understand?
please try to fact check next time before this
That
makes
is
it.
indeed the joke. Yep. You guys nailed it.
Just check next time.
What Smokey the Bear does when he's not fighting forest fires? Smokes weed or cucks libs?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Ah, nice.
Bam.
Would so we would be libs.
Yes.
Are they cons?
What the fuck
What?
are you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying we need
Conses?
No cons.
Cons. No, you don't
What
have to
are you
put the
saying?
letter in there. Why the fuck do you have the V?
Well, I mean, otherwise you don't know what you're talking about. Because if you're talking about cons, then you're thinking about ex-cons.
This is the straight answer.
What on earth? I would think about current cons, not ex-cons. 3 things MacGyver needs to make a bomb: an orange, a car engine, and a liter of ghost cum, or alcohol, a woman, and a bomb.
I want to vote for that one, even though
Oh
mine's
shit!
the
I
other
didn't
answer.
vote.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles didn't start out as humans?
No, they
No.
were turtles. They stepped into the radioactive ooze, and they became.
I thought there were humans that walked into the ooze and turned into turtles.
No.
It's pretty fucked
that'd
up.
be
You
way
think
cooler,
that
but-
there's like 4 parents out there, 4 sets of parents looking for their kids. They don't know their kids got turned into crime-fighting turtles.
I thought they gave up looking.
That's the plot to Stranger Things. I think.
They only look for like 48 hours and it's a cold case and they're dead.
And they also all named their children after Renaissance painters.
Yeah, but they took the names. They took the names after the fact. Didn't you watch Stranger Things?
I just said that. God damn it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you.
Oh, God.
A new slang for impotence.
Man. Bam, dude.
You guys don't get the music, but
I liked it. Can you do it some more?
okay, give me a sec. Can you imagine, like, in the German Empire in like 1835, a bunch of like, teenagers fuck into polka music?
I think about it constantly.
Why wouldn't that be normal?
Oh, Fraulein, put on some music to set the mood.
Dude, the Germans fuck, man. They fuck.
Germans fuck.
I think sometimes, like, what different cultures have the most sex, I think Germans are up there past, maybe the French are ahead of them.
Sad boy noodle.
A new slang for impotence. Importance, fully cumped out. Ryan, a hang under, limpy dimp, or sad boy noodle.
SADBOYS.
I'm sorry, sir. It's unfortunate, but you got a case of sad boy noodle. We'll have medication and get you sorted out.
Oh my god.
It's a rare case. You've got a very sad noodle, boy.
Yeah. I'm so thankful I've never had sad boy noodle.
Yeah.
You know what a sad boy noodle is called in Japan?
No, what?
Namen. Because it's like, nah, man. You
Okay.
can't get it up.
Yeah, I see.
Nah, man noodles.
I gave you the chance to get out, but
I mean,
We had such a good show, and then you had to say that shit at the
I can tell the Kratos joke again.
Yes.
An impotent Kratos walks into a Japanese noodle hut.
Kratos is never impotent. Watch your tone, boy.
Boy. Sad boy. Noodle.
I'm
Don't
glad
try to
someone-
get hard, be hard.
Oh man! Oh no! That's
I don't like this anymore.
probably already a comic on the internet. I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, I wasn't really considering context when I said that. Sorry. Really making missteps today.
I think last week when I was on here, I pretty much just said "fuck young boys" or something like that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
You did do that, yeah.
That'll happen.
You say, yeah, like we've gone for so long without having these slip-ups. I think maybe we're just sort of letting them go under the bridge really quick.
Did my sad boy noodle win?
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna end the show forever now.
Yeah.
Let's pimp our channels. Why don't we start with Justin?
Hi, HC Justin. You can find me at twitch.tv/HCJustin and also on YouTube and Twitter if you had another end to the end of it. And I stream every day at completely chaotic times at the moment. And I'll still be streaming tonight for a bit. I was going to ask Austin if you want to play Fortnite for an hour. Maybe
No.
he'll answer.
But Austin won't reply to you.
On the spot, damn.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for being here. How about you, Austin? What are you doing that's so important after this?
You know, I actually have a funeral to go to, Ryan, so that's pretty
Oh, fuck.
I don't. I just wanted you to feel bad for a
Oh my god! My heart.
Wings. I'm actually gonna play Fortnite with Justin, I think. So.
Oh shit!
Oh, the turnaround!
You thinking that is a funeral? Wow.
Oh, damn!
Buzzer beater!
Four-turn swing.
Yeah, okay, how about you, Bear Taffy?
I'm gonna play God Wars Anime too.
Hi, I am Barrett Taffy. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Download my rap EP. It's great. It's actually pretty good, I think. I like
It is
Check it
actually.
out.
Yeah, it's very good.
Bandcamp.com. There you go. Download that. And yeah. Wow. My God, man. You gotta ease off. This
That's
is
a
very
good
personal.
score.
It's not a good score. You know that. Being in this industry so long. That's a damning score.
That's a music 7, not a game
I'll never
7.
make it out of this industry with a 7. Come on, you got to give me some support here.
Jeez.
The White
I'm
Album
done.
was
Yeah,
a
you
7.
can go ahead.
Playing Tekken in my basement.
You know it.
Yeah.
I'm done. You can go to the next person.
Oh, you're a Bear Taffy fan? Name 3 of his EPs. How about you, Robert?
Yeah, I'm Rob, also known as Alpaca Patrol. You can find me at Alpaca Patrol everywhere. Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Also discord.gg/Alpaca Patrol. Movie night on Saturdays. You can buy for this coming Saturday's movie night. It'll be a fun time. Probably put another like 80s or 90s movie on the poll because I got a couple of the tank.
Dude, you should watch Back to the Future.
Oh yeah, dude, we should. That'd be amazing. Dude, actually, last movie night, somebody came into a chat and it's like, yeah, you're actually competing because another streamer is streaming Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring right now.
Oh my god.
We were winning though, right?
I think so, yeah, funnily enough. But anyway, yeah, and I've also been doing some Unity Playmaker tutorial streams, which means I'm not giving you a tutorial, I'm watching a tutorial and learning along. So it's been fun.
I like Corey's idea for me here for EP titles. The first one that I'll put it out after this is Bear, which, you know, very self-reflective. And then after that, I'll release an EP called That Was Bear.
Yeah, all right.
You know, just really hammering the point home about the first one.
Uh-huh. And then what's
So-
the third one?
The third one will be Bear is No
Will be.
More.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and it
thought
gets
was
real
gonna...
deep.
Goodbye,
man,
Bear.
Like, real deep.
But then you come back and the bear is back, you know?
Yeah.
You should
And then-
make one
and then-
called
The Bear.
Barely Breathing.
Yeah. A whole bunch of
Right.
bear puns after that.
Okay, and then the fifth one would be all of those 4 other ones were also Bear. So you just, you just debate them after the fact.
I remain Bear to
Yeah.
this day. All right. Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, Nicholas, how about you?
How come funerals are never at night?
Because you can't
Probably
see where the
depressing,
hole
right?
is.
Yeah.
Well, no, like what I'm thinking.
Oh my god! Did you just say because you can't see where the hole
I
is?
mean, with a hole in the ground where you bury him, Rob.
Oh my god! This is horrible.
All right. Also, don't feel bad that Ryan gave you a 7 because Jim Sterling gave Breath of the Wild a 7, and that's a pretty decent.
How dare he?
How dare he?
How dare he?
Hey, I'm Rockley Smile. You can come here on twitch.tv/Rockley Smile. If you want to follow my stuff, feel free to click that button. Or if you want to follow me on Twitter for silly tweets like that fantastic one that you all retweeted, thank you. You can do that too. I'm going to talk to Lynn for a minute and see what's up, and maybe we'll stream a little bit after the show. If you want to stop by, I will see you soon.
Sweetie, gonna hang up on you. See you
Sweetie,
guys
gonna hang up. I told you what the hood made me.
later. Didn't really want to give him a chance. Can you please tell us how you feel about your little Canadian bro, Lil Windex? Lil Windex. BC Underground Hip Hop. Who's Lil Windex? We spoke to Lil Windex. Lil Windex, best rapper, alive or dead? Lil Windex interview on Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin Core. Lil Windex. 3,000 followers on Twitter. One of his recent tweets. Where's your favorite place to loot in Fortnite? I've decided I like him. Works for me. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching the Northernlion Live Super Show. Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get the idea. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to read out these names really fast before I have to knock out a bunch of recordings. Scrambled Wowie, The Liquid 13, At the Edge, 2732, Dan Lippman Music, Our Realm of the Mad God, Knobber, Electric Soldier, Oscon 77, Estefan Raul, Dafu 15, Fire Dude 1196, Savas 90, Amarix, The Card 309, Thelonious Jord, Captain Hummus, Too Cool Ghoul, I Always Frown, Kokuma, Artudi, Cicello, The T-Rug, Very Fieri, Mojo Wings, Insightful, Chris S12, Danny Mellon, Polar Square, Have an Amazing Day, Armin Igovich, Gorman 98, This Kid Yaga, Eddie 3939, Twiggy Meat 499, Creepy Birdie, Killzod, Novatrax, Cucumber AC, Snap the Finger Gun, Royal Flush 21Z, Hey Senpai Notice Me, Migs, Honey Nyan, Vetri, Bebob Bushnell, 11. The Fish Fister, Solon of Athens, 523 Prime Mover, Squalwar, Ozracath, Peanut Brittle, Sierran123, Face Mask 12, Toad Frogson, BJ Schnog, Febreze, Eggfuck, Tachyon, Kiro Inertia, Boxcutter 3005, Bruno Ha, Big Man 3D, Proud Nord, Real Fricious, Extreme Homely Waffle, Angst 336, Adam Gaffney 96, Ukulele Orihara, Zeta Hiranisa, Shadowman's 92, Jaravis, Dalmek 46, Larry 46, Solid Leppy, Varroa, Parkisum, Lord Tom and Randomness 888888, Lollipop, T-Money 2591, Arturo PP, NatDog 98, Tenebris, Nostalgic, Slagaroth, Swamproo, Zodiac Wars, Keat Jr., Azanox, Fly Pepper, The Papacy, Senor Kishi, Bear Taffy, Vonderpitz, Salsa Dam, The O Darkest, Ninja Clash X, Alpha Murphy, Sleepyhead, Jerkin and Lurkin, Wafflies, Izanite 1, The Up Machine, Kareem Abdul-Jafar, Darth Tater Tots, Driftmark 33, X Obelisk X, Jiggle Me Jigsaw, Ash 93, Urgot Fantasy, Let's Go, Rorori, Necro Sizer, Fart When I Laugh, Bonesaw 9, Pacific Born, Cheesy Monkey, XRT Forces, Origin Sphere, Kiwi Bear 47, Dr. Denny, Tier 3 Dan, The Colibri, Cetacean, Horcrux, Pyromaniac 333, Laggy Sun, The Moist Duck 69, Stud Muffin, Fun on the Bun, Lether Runner, Feed OW, Pills Lotta, Pyro Please, Torpheus, Rezu, Somewhere Squib, Assman As the Great, Black Ice 4047, Saturday Night Salt, Skyfu, Sergeant Thor, Lifter Upper, Slavic, Aspiring Sphinx, Just Smarble, Moda Turtle, The Blank Doorstop, Psycho Sloth 34, Jonesy T 113, Borthern Lion, Blandrick, Drew Brews, Zesty Limes, The Royal Mocha, Knockout Storm, Pterocross, I Can Has Skittles, Mathman 7, Cosmic 125, Christium 522, Spicy Napalm, Trueheart 78, Mossy Qualia, T Brand, Nurks, Agent of Time, TGQXE, Dutch Gudakis, The Fifth Elemental, McPooty, Dustin Ernst, Ty Steele, Problem V, Fistful of Hollows, Glue Shoes. Thank you guys very much for the subscriptions. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making it ever to watch that without ad block. And we'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.